extra crispy!
Apparently it's extra crispy today. So I'm just doing a quick check. So we are at 177 tutorial messages / skits, 122 Zestiria moments, and 12 pretty butterfly moments. Oh boy. So chat, before we get into... I think we'll end up beating the game today. We're gonna delay some content, I think, for tomorrow, just because I think it fits in a little better if we do some of the side content altogether. I want to show you something. So I talked about in last stream unlocking the other difficulties, how long that process takes. I want you to truly appreciate it. Because in doing so, chat, I discovered we would have missed 2 more tutorial messages had I not done this. We have to take those tutorial messages when we can grab them, which is all the time, according to Zestiria. So let's switch over to the game proper. So to give you an idea of how much, like, super unfortunate grinding there is in the game, we stopped our save file, I think, at level 66. I leveled 4 times just from grinding the higher difficulties. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to check the Grifflet Bridge, which I found to be the best place to grind very boring battles. My recommendation, chat, if for whatever reason you were possessed by a sadistic ghost or masochistic ghost, or sadomasochistic, either way, and you wish to inflict suffering to grab those particular battles, I just want to take a look at where we are. So I'm at 721 total encounters as of this particular save file. I love how it says you've already had over 100 encounters. Oh, game. You don't even know. So if we go ahead and we do one more battle on hard mode, chat, I just want to show something.
Ready, Mikleo?
So we're just gonna let the game play first for itself.
This is nothing.
This is nothing, chat. Because, you know, we would have missed the tutorial, chat. We can't have that. We will absolutely go for it. Let's go ahead and add one to the tutorial counter. Chat. So we've already read that particular description. I just want you to know. So I think it's roughly like 200 to 300. I find it weird that I actually see a lot of inconsistent information online as to when you get it. So let's just keep these numbers in mind. It took me to the 722nd encounter, not the total, not 722 hard mode encounters, but 722 encounters in the game as of this point. So from 722, I then went and kept playing for like another 2 hours in the same area. So now if we take a look at ourselves one more time, I switched it over to Intense. And it's for players who find hard too easy. The better you are, the more boons you receive. Chat, this is a lie. This is a lie. There's no reward for playing on the higher difficulty. There's only more suffering, chat. I can only think of one reason why you would raise the difficulty, and that's going to lead to an Zestiria moment. So we'll get to that in a second. So I decided the fastest way to actually clear it was to get rid of my spellcaster, so I ended up switching over to Zavid and Edna, which they have an interesting bug where they will basically burn all of your blast gauge. So I think this earns an Zestiria moment. So I think I'm going to go ahead and press that button right there. So if you let the AI auto battle, they can never actually heal themselves if your only partners are Zavid and Edna at this difficulty. Because if you could basically 1 or 2 shot every enemy, every time they go to merge, both of their healing spells will deal damage to the enemy. So the AI will just constantly like fairy circle with Edna, for example, and just like party wipe, or not party wipe, but they'll basically clear an entire encounter almost instantly. But they'll never heal themselves. So if you're wondering why they're so injured, it's because they just never get the spell off, because every time they try to heal themselves, the damage comes before the healing. So therefore they burn the blast gauge to armatize, and they burn the blast gauge to heal, but they don't heal. So I think that deserves an Zestiria moment, because that's special. That's special, like spending 2 blast gauge bars and still not being able to heal, even though you don't actually attack the enemy. I just wanted you to know, chat. That felt really special.
Here I go. Later. Just for you, Edna.
I still got stamina to spare. You guys hanging in there?
Now, we didn't see it here, but I think if I were to keep playing on this difficulty, I also saw like a weird grade bug. I think it happened one other time on screen, where if I, for some reason, get exactly 8.1 grade, for some reason I get 8.100 grade. And that's one of the only times I've seen the triple digit in the decimal. Very strange, chat. But chat, they reused the same tutorial. Come on, chat. Like, what is the, what is this? Oh my gosh. Friends may weep openly or faint. And you know what the worst part is, chat? We've definitely read this tutorial before. I think it was even in our last session. Honestly, it was definitely last week. It was very recent. We got it from a monument, from what I recall. Because I said, oh, we don't have intenser chaos difficulties yet. I remember making that comment. Just absolute garbage. So we're gonna have to go back and find some attachments at some point. While attempting to set up for the infinite gold nonsense, I found an attachment in one of the dungeons, so I figured I'd show it off here in case I don't end up getting it again. I mean, I presumably should be able to re-find it, but we'll go more into the gold exploit later. I found out and determined via testing this that I need to be a very specific level before I could start it, which unfortunately requires me to be even higher level than level 70. So we're not going to see the gold exploit today. Possibly tomorrow in the main playthrough we'll see it, but I need a lot of levels, Chad. I need about... I need Saray or somebody to be level 72. I'll put it that way. So let's see. The only other thing I think I want to show off just real quick is if we head over to Lady Lake. I suppose at this point we could make a save file here for future reference, and the reason I want to do that is because I wanted to show off the turtles fight on Chaos, just to show you what happens if you were to try to play this game on any higher difficulty. What I like to call a big mistake. So we're just gonna we're gonna walk over to the Black Turtles fight. Let's all shake our heads, chat.
Why would you ask me to make snacks like this?
I thought about using the save file where I grinded all the kills. I thought about it, chat. I thought about doing that where we would play on this save file going forward, but I'm like, I feel like that would deprive us of the true Zestiria experience. So we're gonna try to beat the game on the non-grinded out file. But I mostly just wanted to show this.
You have proof of anything like that?
Oh, I can't actually skip it.
Cat's Dragon. This is Sir Zenris's pipe. A friend of his is a friend of ours. We welcome you to Cat's Corner.
That voice chat. Is there actually a save point here? I don't think so. It's not worth me turning around and resaving. So I noticed when we first came to Cat's Corner, we didn't have the ability to buy the skits. From what I was gathering in a quick research before the stream, I think we can't do that until after we beat the bonus dungeon, which is fine because I need to set up for the money trick anyway. I think it'll cost, I don't remember if they said 5,000 or 50,000 a skit, but ultimately we need a lot of money. So doing the Gold exploit potentially tomorrow sets up for it. Hey Steve, how's it going? I'm gonna skip this. Actually, I just realized I made a big mistake. I accidentally just showed it on Chaos mode. Not quite, or not Chaos mode, on Intense mode. It's fine. So I'll show one other thing, even if this will be on Intense, just to show you how dumb it is. But one thing, if you were to, for whatever reason, decide that you wanted to do 1,000 battles, I just wanted to show some of the stuff that we will absolutely not unlock in the main playthrough. So the reward for getting 1,000 battles is this ability called Spirit Body, which basically allows you to ignore one hit and continue using a hidden art if you're at full, basically the equivalency of MP, which is not too bad. And hopefully one thing we get later on is we need more Mystic Art casts. So I managed to get exactly 150, which will happen, I think, eventually in the main playthrough, but I'll show it now since this file already has it. If we do 4 quick evades in a row without taking damage, it reduced blast gauge by 1. It's kind of a weird requirement. I think a big issue with this is that you actually still take damage when you evade in this game for some reason. I think because the game hates you. So unless you have like a prevent damage sub-ability, you'll always take damage while evading. So I don't even think we could benefit from this one, even if I were to get it in the main playthrough. I just wanted to show that off real quick. The one thing I have to make sure to do is I have to turn them off of auto, because I was grinding and I did not want to really do this. So, if you remember, chat, on normal mode, the boss was only level 99. He gets a little tougher on intense mode, chat. So just a little bit. I mean, just think about that. That was a struggle, and then I ended up losing to that 99,999 health boss. But if we really wanted to, we could fight him on intense and give him another 50,000 health and basically double his stats. As you can see, everybody's almost already dead.
I can't just leave him.
That's the way of the world, fool!
That's the way of the world. We're gonna retry it once. Not that we're expecting to win, because I don't feel like beating him at the moment. But more importantly, because if we're allowed to retry, we're allowed to see what he looks like on Chaos difficulty. Which is fine. I'm okay with this. I just want to show you how ridiculous the super bosses get in this game. So yeah, we'll restart the battle. Why not?
I like your moxie.
Oh, also what's kind of annoying is that because I changed my controls and things like that, it also reverted it, even though I clicked retry. I don't know if I'll count that as an Zestiria moment. I just find that kind of annoying. Okay, so now if we were to fight him on Chaos difficulty, chat, we give him a total of way too much health. 177,776 health. And he's level 198. And his attack went up another 1,000. So he should basically just one-shot our characters, because we have absolutely no chance.
I can't just leave him alone.
That's the way of the world, fool!
That's the way of the world, fool. So, yeah, so if you decided that this is like another Tales game where you could kind of play through and slowly increase the difficulty as you go along, just as a reminder, please don't do that. just don't do that, chat. So let's go ahead and load the last save. Oh, it put me not where I wanted to be. That's fine. Oh boy, so I'm gonna navigate the really awkward saving locations. So let's go back to our real playthrough. We're gonna go back to our level 66 selves. I mean, obviously, like 4 levels didn't really help us at all with that boss, so it doesn't matter. So our goal for today's session into tomorrow is we need to gain, 6 levels. Ooh, that's gonna be a little rough. But hopefully we could do it, chat. The reason we need to gain 6 levels is there is a very specific enemy that will spawn if I'm at least level 72, which I could verify from online sources. Because we will get an upgrade to the Mimics, and that upgrade to the Mimics will completely break the money system in the game. So for whatever reason you decided you wanted to maximize your grade, and you spent like 30 hours going through, trying to get all the grade every time you do a boss battle, I want you to know you're wrong. I'm just going to let you know that that is an absolute waste of your time, and I'm going to show you something that will cut that grind from, I don't know, if you were trying to max every Lord, let's say it's like 15, no, not 15, let's say it's 8 hours a Lord in order to max them from combat. I will probably max a Lord in about 30 to 45 minutes comparatively. And we are absolutely not doing that. So even if you decided you wanted grade to go to the New Game Plus, I'm telling you the combat is not worth doing. The only thing we need to hit is a high level, which, as long as you don't play on a high difficulty and you don't die in the boss fights, you could probably get to it by the end of the game. As you can see, Soray's almost 66. Unfortunately, our companions are basically dead and kind of useless, but, you know, that's to be expected. So I think with that, we are going to go ahead and continue on to the next area from this particular save point. Now, one other thing I want to double check is, what is our money total? I'm just thinking about it, chat. I think there's actually something I want to do. I'll do it later. So in order to set up for the money trick, we need to get a certain merchant from the Forgotten Tower up to 3 stars. And the reason why that's important is that on the 3rd star, or every star, you basically unlock more equipment that you could buy. But more importantly, that 3rd star lets you buy drop bottles. And that will start the exploit. But I need a lot of money to get there initially. So we're basically going to need to burn all of that 280,000 just to get the setup. And then we'll still need a little more money for drop bottles. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully get enough money from these kind of in-between fights as we go through the final dungeon. And hopefully we'll get closer to, like, I don't know, 300,000.
I'm fine. Let's go on ahead.
Each battle gives us about 2k. That's not too bad. And in order to do so, I will absolutely sacrifice every single item in our inventory if we need to. Because we can also get additional money from selling things. So at this point in the game, I don't want to use any more money towards any of these optional merchants. We're going to say no to that. And you know what? I want to do one additional thing. Since we're going to be getting in a decent amount of combat, I just want to double check my setup is here. Okay, it is. So I'm going to leave Mikleo and Zavid on wind steps, so I just move faster, because we're going to get into a lot of combat. I'm going to leave Norman for the wind on, but we're going to shortly no longer need it. And I guess everything else is good as is. So let's continue forward. Oh, I dangerously encountered. That was kind of unfortunate, chat. Actually, one other thing I want to check. What is the equipment on for this character at the moment? Okay, so this is before I bought... Okay, I just wanted to double check. I got used to my grinding equipment, so I thought I had a topaz staff. And it appears that is not the case. That's fine. It's not a big deal. That camera angle, chat. It just feels so good. And by good, I mean completely terrible.
Let's do some fortune telling. Please pick one.
Hey, at least we're getting 3k on that fight. Interesting looking bat. I don't really feel like fighting it though, chat, so we're just gonna keep going. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Now we're gonna ascend to the final dungeon of the game, Artorias' throne.
Here you go.
As I said before, this probably is my favorite dungeon music in the game. And also probably my favorite dungeon overall. The music makes it feel like you're in for a big long trek. And you could see that there are individual buildings in roughly 4 different directions. Every single one of them is going to be a boss fight, chat. I hope you're ready for that. We have quite a lot to go through. So let's make sure we save here. Oh, chat, I love the save files, not saving in the order that I saved them. I like guessing where I should save. Thank you, Zestiria.
So much malevolence. It's way worse than the last time we fought Heldolf.
It just means we're getting closer and closer to him.
Yeah, we can't afford to let our guards down.
Oh boy, chat. We have such a big place to explore. I don't even remember which way is the right way, so this will be fun. Let's start by going left. Oh, hello, tiger guy. Kind of blipped out of existence there.
Weapons ready.
Weakness is physical, not too bad.
On this cute-looking succubus.
But she's a powerful opponent with few weaknesses.
We've come this far. We can't lose yet.
Take this! Lightning strike!
Lose off the leg! This one's tough. Blue flurry! Here goes! Lord of Water! My bow is the heavens!
Goodbye, enemy.
The vortex swallows you! Aqua it! Hang on, everyone!
I'm basically tuning out Zavid at this point, Chad. I think it's for the best.
Let's do some fortune telling. Please, pick one.
No way, I don't
What?
believe in that stuff, is what Rose would say.
Rose is indeed quite down to earth. Hey, ask me! I do believe in that stuff, you know?
Oh, Rose. I'm just shaking my head. So, chat, I would just like to point out that that 27-bit of combat, because I got the multi-kill at the end in addition to the Mystic Art kill, that let us get 30 grade. Yeah, just shrug your shoulders, chat. Sure. Sure. Elder Garden is kind of an interesting armor, but I don't really want to dump my physical defense for more magic. It's like a little tempting, but I don't know. Or I guess Lila could do it. I kind of always viewed her as a glass cannon, honestly. I guess this wouldn't be the worst thing, specifically for Lila. Also, it adds non-elemental attack up, what? Huh. Well, that's a shame it's on her. That is indeed a shame. I wish Vic Leo could actually wear it, but it is what it is. Whatever. I don't think it'll make a big difference anyway. As long as I respect the enemies, it shouldn't be too bad. So, oh boy, chat, we have quite a lot to go through. So I think the room I just went through is a shortcut. So as you can see, we're going to be looping around this entire place. Quite an adventure we're going to have, chat. Oh, hello, Tiger Guy. Or excuse me, Black Panther. Its attack type is jump, chat.
This.
It's a tiger Hellion which attacks Seraphim in the dark.
Don't try to face him one-on-one. Good luck.
You know nothing. May your knowledge take from you.
Ooh.
Lunar Stream.
Resistance to physical is kind of annoying. Time to spam some magic, chat.
Play with me. Heavenly powers. Runic circle. It's over. Don't play with me. This is what I'm capable of. Sweet dreams.
Ooh, I ran out of SP.
Dreams. Sweet dreams.
Right on!
Go. Go. Misty Leap.
Splendid job, Saray.
Let's keep it up.
Steve liking the monster design, I see. Oh, hello, Mr. Blob. Alright, what happens if I go north from here? Again, chat, we have a very big dungeon to go through. Is this... Oh, it leads to this mess. Sure. Well, we got another arcane bottle. That's okay, I guess. It recovers our blast gauge. So I hoped you like lots of rooms with confusing passageways. Ooh, I think that's an important symbol.
What's that?
Oh. So I'm not gonna spoil it, chat, but this name Innominat comes up a couple of times in Berseria. I'll leave it at that.
The crest of Maltellus?
No, wait. Something's off. It's...
This is the crest of Innominat. Innominat? Who's that?
A rather enigmatic seraph who only comes up in the oldest texts.
He was one of the 5 lords before Mount Tellus.
a lord before Maltellus. Do the 5 lords switch in and out?
Everything comes and goes, without exception. Right now, those who worship Maltellus vastly outnumber adherents of the other 4 lords. Tomorrow, it may be the opposite.
I see. I guess that makes sense.
So this was a shrine to Innominat.
It looks like it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. Usually they can't help but go on and on about this stuff.
Lila, maybe we ought to...
Huh?
No, moving on.
Right. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
So right before I get into combat, I just want to check one more thing, chat. How many discovery points do we have left? I'm missing something after the Crest of Anominat? Huh. Oh, maybe it's the bonus dungeon. That's fine. That's fine. We'll pick that up later.
Enemy spotted, Lila.
My gathering flames shall ordain your fate.
Fury!
Break fire!
Lion's Fury! Crimson Edge!
So I think at this point, we're going to try to avoid as much combat as possible. It's not really worth the time to kill these enemies, but unfortunately, there are going to be a lot of them, so getting into combat is kind of inevitable. If we do get into combat, I might as well as reset my win step, but otherwise I'm not going to actively pursue any more enemies. Wow, that one enemy was getting comboed forever, chat.
You have more than enough talent.
So there we have it. We got another level up. Not that levels really make any impact at this point in the game, but hey, it happened. So we're gonna go through room by room. I think what I'm looking for is in this room. That kind of like jutting out the northwest there. Oh, I'm actually not allowed to descend to another floor. Huh. That complicates things a little bit. So many monsters, chat. There are so many monsters. Got another elixir, which... Oops, nope, I talked to Rose. I didn't want to do that. We'll probably use it on the bonus fights, I would imagine. So I did not get what I was looking for in that room. We might have to return to it. I'll leave it as is for now. Actually, since I'm pretty sure the last Norman we were looking for was in that building. I'm actually just gonna switch off the skills for now. So I'm gonna say snack prep just so we could get more things to sell and or sacrifice to the great gods. Just to speed some of the processes up. We'll put her on fusion. That should be good. So it's saying question mark. So I can't do anything here. Maybe later on we'll be able to cross that kind of gap. Yes, I don't think we're allowed to cross the gap from here. Oh, we are. Oh. Wow, that goes way further than I thought it would. See some red herbs, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick those up. Let's make sure to use anything that we might be holding on to. We'll just give it all to Saray. It's fine. So nothing else we could do here, so we're coming into yet another building. So we're gonna keep an eye out for some bosses and things of that nature. Oh, I think I made a mistake. So, it looks like we're back to the torches with notches. So it looks like if I stand here, this is 1. This is 2. 3, I accidentally started lighting, but it can only be lit up from one direction. And finally, we have 4. Not too bad, Chad. As I said before, we're gonna have a lot of optional fights. I believe we're ascending to the first one now. Indeed we are. So hello boss, just standing up here all by yourself. Is there anything I should do to prep for this battle? I should probably take these very seriously, because they might be a bit hard for us. I guess I could do 1 extra art attack in case we level. I mean, I imagine some people would probably level for this. Let's go ahead and do that, chat. Might as well get extra stats while we're here. So we're doing okay in terms of blast gauge. Everybody's got at least 2, except for Edna, but then Zavita's 3. So even if things go terribly, terribly wrong, we have enough We should have enough heals.
Give it your
This enemy happens to be weak to water, which is excellent because that's who I'm playing as. We're getting a description that this particular boss is a twisted hellion that damages its own body in order to trigger stat boosts. And apparently Zavid can relate to that, which Rose says she's backing away slowly.
Roll. Fury, come forth. Splash. May your knowledge seep from you.
Ooh, we're getting a lot of damage on this boss. So I think it just hurt itself.
Multiple currents. Dance and burst. Find my enemy. Try this. Hexa strike.
Oh, I dropped the combo. That was my mistake, chat. I should have hit something other than Hexa Strike.
Lunar stream. Fury, come forth.
So far this is not too bad.
Multiple currents. Find my enemy. Multiple currents. Find my enemy.
So I think it's a spellcaster, but it's not really getting an opportunity to do anything,
Fracture. Go.
which is fine. I'd prefer the boss not get a chance to do anything.
Fire. Azure assault. Zestiria, breakdown.
Sleeping dragon!
Unfortunately, Rose actually pushed the target completely out of our range.
Bubble arrow. Drag you down.
Oh, Rose.
Maelstrom. Blue flurry. Ocean blitz. Break on through.
I kind of need her to attack more aggressively, but she's not really doing it.
Zestiria, breakdown. Break on through. Blue flurry.
There we go.
Blitz. Break on through.
How much health does it have? Another 20,000 or so. Okay.
Blistering bangs. Burst. Aim and fire. Blue flurry. Ocean blitz. Azure assault. Blue flash.
Oh, I was hoping our allies were gonna attack again. They keep letting us down, chat.
Burst. Breakdown. Break on through. Now's my chance.
There we go. Because this will do a lot of damage to the boss, as we saw there.
Binding vortex. Retreat for now. Spirit cleansing.
Please don't die.
Zero. Ocean blitz. Azure assault.
There we go. Our ally was being kind of dumb there.
Breakdown. Break on through.
Vermilion Crescent!
Zero. Blistering bangs. Binding vortex.
Get lost!
3 become 1. Trinity arrow.
Vermilion Crescent!
There we go. This should be a dead boss.
Ocean blitz. Weak to growth. Zero.
I can't tell if our allies actually died there or if she just separated for no reason. Okay, this should kill the boss at least, chat.
The vortex.
Goodbye, boss.
Aqua limit.
That was unexpectedly tough.
Well, I expected it.
You guys gonna fight? Ooh, a fight.
Gonna charge you admission if you watch.
Oh, Rose. So fortunately, chat, we got the level up that I was seeking, and we actually got a pretty good finisher there. No items used equals bonus grade. We finished with the Mystic Art. So, yay, I guess? So since everybody leveled and I ate that other food item, we all just got an additional 1 to art attack, which is not super useful for Saray or Rose, but when they're combined, it's much more useful to have that extra art. We got something called an imbued orb. Let's see what that does, chat. Apparently this orb will evolve into a blessing orb given enough centuries, boosts everyone max health. Okay, so we just got another max health increaser. So I think Edna was exactly at 3,000. So between the level up and that orb, she got another 40 health. Kind of pitiful health gain at this point, chat, honestly. I feel like the orbs like barely do anything when we're late game. It's kind of disappointing, really. You would think at this point that beating a bonus boss, we would at least get like 100 plus something health, right, chat? You would think. So we have a couple of side areas we could take a look at. So let's go ahead and dive into here. We got a strawberry shortcake. Of course this would randomly be in a treasure chest, chat. What else would be in the treasure chest? Useful armor, weapons? Nah. Have your dessert, chat. Oh, game. Never change. That went pretty smoothly overall, but we're gonna have to build up some blast gauge. And it seems like we have an opportunity to take two different paths. I'm gonna come over here first to fight this new enemy and also take up this chest. So first I'm gonna take the chest. We finally got a new weapon. But is it any good? Oh no, it's the one that adds 210 to focus. Of course it's not good. Why would it be useful, chat?
Keep your guard up.
Alright, so this thing is weak to basically the world, except for Mikleo.
A specter, a ghost that wanders this world.
I wouldn't show them sympathy if I were you.
Don't worry, I'm not here to give a sermon.
And Zavid is kind of spec'd at the moment to be extremely good at melee. So if we need to speed up combat, I will probably switch to him.
Piece of cake.
Hey, it wasn't that easy.
Let's continue forth. That is one boss down. It looks like we unlocked a shortcut to go back to the main building, which I kind of want to do, actually. As I said before, there should be something in there that we're looking for. Ooh, this thing looks like it's probably weak to water. Called Dragon Flare, and it is indeed weak to water.
It's a winged dragon with strong attacks.
We have no chance of winning if we can't avoid getting hit.
So again, this is just all about building meter for the bonus bosses. So now I'm at least at 1 meter on Mikleo, which isn't too bad. And Lila and Rose have 3. So they might be able to Mystic Guard if they combine.
I showed them.
Seems like every fight here is giving us roughly about 3,000 cash. Which isn't too bad. Plus we got 22,000 from the other boss. Now, I'm very tempted to use the drop bottle to get more money from here on like one of the bosses. I'm tempted to do that. Maybe on my alternate save file, I'll see how much money you could get from doing that. But I think at the moment, I don't really feel like using our drop bottles because that actually sets us behind for the other exploit, potentially.
The voided eye is said to control empty space.
Don't look at it right in the eye.
Hey, eye contact is basic etiquette.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to Edna because I think it said that it's weak to Earth. Indeed it is. Ooh, these enemies are kind of nasty.
Your word shall make you vulnerable. The frozen corpse is going to hell. Don't get raped. My dad is frozen corpse is going to hell.
Final Embrace has such a big AoE, chat. It feels so good to use.
Don't get full of yourself. Get out of here.
So now we're giving Edna that extra meter she needs, just in case for whatever reason our allies die.
Catch flames.
Corpse is going to hell. Rainbow, rainstorm, get lost.
Oh, I was trying to combo it off the ground, but I couldn't get to that hit in time.
Burning shot.
Earthborn.
The kind that can work.
Let me get you. All right.
Hey, we actually got the good rock toss. How convenient.
So, did you regret making Saray a shepherd?
Saray is an admirable shepherd. How could I?
Do you think he can win against Heldalf and Mautelis?
Tell us. Shall I read your palms? Oh, you have girl trouble.
So it was that easy to tell, huh?
That was definitely a butterfly moment, chat. But hey, we attained another Anthro ring. So, I mean, I guess an upgrade, question mark? Now the question is, how do I get to the lower portion of this room? Because left just led to the other place, which is not super useful to us. I just want to double check. Did I miss a working staircase? Because there's one in the middle that didn't go anywhere. And I can't cross that gap with wind. Yeah, maybe I can't go to the lower floor yet. Okay. I'll just keep that in mind, chat. Well, I think it was still worth coming in here because we got a new skit and we also got to fight new enemy types, so that wasn't too bad. So for now, we'll just build up some fusion points and continue onwards. That looks like yet another enemy type we haven't seen. Let us fight this thing, the mammoth. Oh, I dangerous encountered by accident.
Its size speaks for itself. It's ferocious.
Weak to fire. Okay.
Don't let your guard down.
Try not to get sucked into it.
Sucked into?
I need a hand! Tiger Blade! Earth Dragon Bang!
Here it comes! Here it comes! Our best! Shattered the roof! Open the way forward!
Yeah! Be gone!
A bit more fire should work. Just leave it
Okay, I'm ending this fight, chat.
May it burn your soul!
Look at the damage, chat.
Well, guess I overdid it again.
Or like wasted your energy and talked too much.
I like how Zavid is talking and he literally was not in this encounter at all. I feel like that's a weird design choice. What do you think, chat? We're getting battle quotes for characters that didn't participate whatsoever. You know what? I'll count that as an Zestiria moment. That doesn't really make any sense. Well, in any case, I got a lot of additional grade at least. I believe we're coming up to yet another optional area. So that's where we could have gone. But let's go this way. Hopefully we can avoid this mammoth with our speed. Indeed we did. We're going to collect this treasure chest. Then we're going to ascend into that other building. We got an hourglass, which I guess if we were to level enough would theoretically work on things like the Dark Turtles. They will proceed to nerf that in future games, aka Zestiria. Okay, so now we have a big room here. We might as well take a look. And there's yet another enemy type in here. Got a new earring for the protagonist, which looks like a straight up upgrade for us. Oh, there's not like an easy way to do this, I guess. I guess because we got a 2-stack, we reduce stagger time, I suppose. That's not the worst thing. Also, it seems because we got an unintentional union, we're now getting attack +1 every time we level up, which is also not a bad thing to get, I guess. We can see how broken the rest of our boards are, though. Like, they have no synergy with themselves. It's truly amazing. Truly amazing, chat. Wow, we're getting a lot of wind type damage reduction here, which is kind of silly. Zavid is very much our party tank at the moment. Now the question I have here, are any of these worth using? No, it looks like the answer to that is no, chat. Anther Ring increases attack, so maybe it's like... Oh no, because Zavid has no focus. Never mind, it's not worth it for Zavid. And Edna actually has more than enough focus. So I think I should probably switch her over to using the Anthro Ring, just because I do melee with her. And I think I'd rather have that at this point. This is not like her board makes any sense whatsoever, so I might as well do that. Like, technically I should probably have... Because I melee so much with Mikleo, I should technically switch him into this. Technically. Yeah, because he's got, like, almost nothing good going on. Yeah, let's do that. I melee with him so much. I guess we should probably do it. Yeah, let's not dangerous encounter
How's
that
this
though.
for a start?
Rose, I'm just trying to open doors. I don't want to talk to you, Rose. I'm not interested. Well, I guess we'll see what she says if we try to head to the shrine. We're looking for Heldolf merged with
Fusion is
Maltellus
such a pain.
/ Malteus. Ooh. So we have a room where we need to use our teleports. Keep things going. Easy enough. I almost thought it wanted us to link the dashes to like get it in 2 moves or less, but apparently not. Doesn't even want that, chat. So now with that, we're coming across a new enemy type. Look at this weird... What would you call this, chat? It looks like it's got hooves and like an eagle beak, but then it has claws in the front. Almost looks like the bird has a mohawk, honestly. It's kind of amusing. But since we're very, very likely to level, why don't we take advantage of this and say, why don't we all get an additional defense next time we level? I think that makes sense, chat. I'm just taking a look at how many generic gels we have. Actually, a fair amount. Not bad at all, chat. So, unfortunately, Saray is still injured, so I think I'm going to use a Peach Gel, just so that he is not injured when we start this fight. And let's see what the enemy weakness is. So we have roughly the same amount of Blast Gauge again, which is working out for us. Oh, it's a Hippogriff. Oh, that makes sense. Its weakness is fire.
Hold back.
So I think what I'm going to do is actually switch over to Lila, so that way we have better control over her.
Burning red, freezing blue, Helen Tando.
Oh, I need to be slightly closer for Blitz Bomb.
Lose off her leg. Spirit cleansing, electrify. Scatter and crush. Pierce and explode. Open the way forth.
Calamity
Dragons have
Flare!
high power and defense. Be cautious.
Calamity Flare!
We're going to abuse a little bit of... Oh, it went through Calamity Flare. That was interesting. So we're going to keep Rose alive by switching to Rose. And because Mikleo and Saray had so much meter, they just decided to merge together, which is good for us. Unfortunately, I think they ran out of SP.
Vermilion Crimson Burning Shard! Pillars of
But on the plus side, it feels like we're almost done with the fight. Yeah, we got about halfway through.
Will be gone.
Vermilion Crimson Burn away! Purgatory Flame!
Heavenly powers.
Burn! No escape!
And again, since we're playing as Lila, we should be able to do a ton of damage to this boss.
Pillars of Flame!
And it seems like its only unblockable attack is super slow, and we can interrupt it.
Try this on.
No escape! Tower of Blood!
Burning red, freezing blue, Helen Tando.
Crimson
Oh, that might have been a bit too early, chat.
Burn
Oops.
your soul! Long there!
Definitely too early.
Burn away! Purgatory
Oh well. We won't get full grade for this, but it's almost dead.
Burn away! Pillars of Flame!
And because Mikleo has the most elements, I feel, of all the characters, it's kind of good to leave him as the AI sometimes, because he has so many of their elemental weaknesses. It doesn't really make any sense.
Stars! Pillars of Flame!
Aqua serpent. Yeah.
Vermilion Crimson! Burn away! Purgatory
So this boss is almost dead, chat.
No escape.
Burn! Purgatory of Flame! I'll strike you down!
Oh, I was trying to finish with that for more
Saray
grade.
Shepherd?
Saray
Wow, we
is
actually got
another
40
shepherd.
grade just from that still.
Do you think he can win against
Oh, we got
Heldolf
another
and
40k
Maltellus?
gold, chat. That is
Shall I make your
excellent.
palms? Oh, you have girl trouble.
So it was that easy to tell, huh?
So that's excellent, chat. So again, I need to spend about roughly 300,000 to reach 3-star on the other tower. And now this bonus gold that we're getting here is going to go towards buying drop bottles, which cost 20,000 a bottle. So we are well on our way there. And keep in mind, we could still sell all the other equipment that we're not using in order to make up that difference. So we are pretty much on track. And on top of that, we leveled... Everybody leveled. So that's an extra defense to the entire party, which is nice. I doubt it'll make a huge difference, but it would be nice to say, hey, I'd like our characters to maybe live one more hit. And we've seen the power of a defense point in other playthroughs. So we're getting a lot of title proficiencies here. That's also good. Actually, what I probably should have been doing is leveling leveling one of these other titles. Oops. Yeah, I think at this point I'll just switch over Edna to be the melee attacker. Because why not, chat? Why not? I don't think she really needs the defense. I actually do like her melee quite a bit. So it would help to have 2 melee characters and 2 spellcasters. And I feel like Mikleo has a better spell range, so it makes sense for him to be magic. I don't like Lila's melee that much, so it makes sense for her to be magic. The only one where I'm kind of on the fence is I do like Crystal Tower. I do like Crystal Tower a lot. That is a very spammable spell. And Zafid has some decent spells, but I feel like his melee is also some of the longest reaching in the game. It seems we've gotten to the point that we can no longer learn any other moves. So Zafid is just waiting to teach us yet another technique for his merged form. And Lila will learn Lightning Blast very soon. Other than that, we're just kind of cruising through. I think it said that we got a new... Oh, actually, that's kind of a... Okay, so this weapon is terrible. As you remember, this is a joke weapon that basically you're supposed to use to improve your actual real equipment. And this one says stun time for wind attacks plus 2 seconds. That's actually really long, if you think about it. I have enough time to almost get a guard charge just off of myself, let alone let the AI actually do anything. That's a very interesting amount of stun time. So far, we haven't gotten any other joke items, it seems. Oh, we got Decayed Paper. Not a really phenomenal ability, honestly. Anyway, we're just going to continually increase our talents. So wind stepping will hopefully level up throughout this dungeon. Snack prep will continue to go up with each of the characters. We'll leave it on point of interest detection, because I honestly forget if there's one more in here or not. But we're also building up fusion points, which I think every time we level a talent, we get more AP to use for our battle action. So let's see if we could take advantage of all this AP that we've been accruing. Oh, this is kind of a nice one. So this one, when armatized, if we end up blocking an attack, our next strike does additional damage. That's not a bad one to get. That helps speed up boss battles quite a bit. Because I do like to guard a lot. Now, attack step is interesting, but I feel like it's a trap. As I said before, if our allies have the same element that's resisted by the enemy, they happen to be spellcasting, them quick dashing in to strike a target will cause them to basically instant spellcast in our face. Which I'm not interested in, chat. I'm not interested in letting your AI cause a instacast in our face. No thank you. So we came in through the southern exit. I didn't take the treasure in this room. Got Death Sheet, which is not a really phenomenal item, and we got more cake for some reason. So we're at level 68, so I only need 4 more levels, chat, and we could start showing off the gold exploit. We're getting there, chat. No one has died yet in any of the past boss battles, which feels pretty good, honestly, at this point. And we're taking advantage of the fact that we're getting high-level desserts to increase our stats. So it feels like we're using intended mechanics. Yeah, we were in here. Oh, bro. I walked backwards and Rose stopped me from doing that, and then the door closed. That was kind of rude. Wait a minute, is there another way out of here? Oh, there might be. Oops. Let's go check for that other exit, chat. I wasn't seeing it. Oh, it was at the other end of the long room. Whoops. My bad, chat. I totally did not see that when I did that. Is it gonna make me do the puzzle again? Okay, it's not. Thank you. Hey Kirk, how's it going? We are kind of cruising through the final dungeon. We have killed 2 bosses so far. We're gonna give more focus to probably Saray. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, Kirk. Stare upon the throne. Our goal is to get to that large structure in the back, but we have to take a lot of detours, because as you can see, the path here is a little broken. A little teeny tiny bit. Let's get into fight here to reset our quick step.
It's said that Garudas possess godlike levels of mana.
And it can totally fly, too, so we better watch it.
Alright! Multiple current shadow shot!
Oh, I got interrupted on my spell. That's always painful. I'm assuming... Oh, its weakness isn't water. Well, fortunately, Mikleo also has kind of good physical strikes. So this is fine.
Well done.
Purity, come forth!
Well done, everyone.
So again, we just keep getting more and more gold. We are setting up for stuff in the future. Feels good so far. Ooh. Almost got ambushed with the quick step. So I think now we're on the bottom of the main room that we just came into. There's little seals everywhere. I'm assuming they're just for decoration and not traps. But we're gonna poke our head into... Oh. Apparently demonic essence is what we're gonna poke our head into. Now it seems like there's the door for this area is only on this hallway. Let's take a look in here. Again, we'll be ignoring a lot of combat. So we got another melon gel, which I guess we could probably use on the turtles fight, maybe, to make it a bit easier. I mean, I think it's 30% more health is always a good thing. We have a rare chest. Alaburnus, a ritual sword forged in the pursuit of the perfect weapon, only made possible by the countless previous attempts. Oh. That's actually pretty good. We lose the non-elemental, but it gives Iron Stance when casting. Oh wait. I don't know if that carries over when we armatize. I mean, it's clearly the raw attack sword, which is not a bad thing necessarily. Interesting. I have choices to make. I just have to think about it. Like, technically, I could get something that gives us more defense, and then I could then do this. Kind of counterbalance it. Tough choices, chat. Tough choices. I'm just thinking about what would make the most sense at the moment. I think I want to make him not too squishy. Like, Rose might be a little too low on defense. Like, Lila will always merge, so I don't really care about her defense. She's pretty easy to armatize into, but the main protagonists, I don't know if I want to have their defense too low. Because we're going to get in a lot of casual fights where that defense will make a difference. Whereas Lila will generally not go into melee range. So it doesn't make a huge difference. And again, more often than not, the AI will armatize. I'm not super concerned from that standpoint. But maybe later down the road when we get a little extra stats. Actually, I don't think we fought this enemy yet. Let's fight Hell Lady, whose weakness is water. Convenient for us.
I'm digging her nails.
Just make sure her nails don't dig you.
Please let me armatize.
Lord of Water! Lord of Water!
Die.
My bow is the heavens! The vortex!
Look at that damage, chat.
Not yet!
Let's do our best!
Bubble arrow!
Lightning
Right.
blade!
Splitting torrent! Binding vortex!
Lightning tiger blade!
Women in battle are gorgeous. Ain't that right, Saray?
Sure.
Come on, man.
Don't expect too much out of Saray on this.
So anyway, we got a new headband. Or a headband I think we already have, but... Oh no, we actually don't have it. I mean, this is technically really good. Technically, I mean, it adds a lot of defense. But we're taking advantage of a pure attack band. And it has earth power 10%. That's kind of hard to give up, chat. I don't think I'm going to give it up. Look at that. We're slowly building more fusion points for much later in the game. New tiara. We're using the... oh, she's using topaz. So I could give up 18 magic deep... oh. Oh, yes. Oh, this is phenomenal, chat. Wow. Absolutely, yes. So, not only does it reduce all damage she takes by 30, which is probably better than what the magic defense gives, it gives more attack power. I mean, that's just straight up an upgrade for us at this point. And it looks like because I stacked two things, it lowers her stagger time, which is just better for her in general. So that was actually a good upgrade, chat. It was just free. I mean, I like to do 10% more damage. She's kind of the glass cannon in the party, so if she just starts doing way more damage, I'm not going to say no. I mean, it only took them until literally the final dungeon to give us good chest drops, but I guess it's better late than never, as it goes. So now we're coming across yet another building, chat. Let's climb this particular tower. I'm just looking on the sides to see if there's herbs, because we'll try to take advantage of any additional stats that we could get. Oh, what is this? Oh, just little columns I explode with my fist. Well, that one was being stubborn. I felt like I did hit it. So this will lead to the boss. So before we go up to the boss, let's make sure we grab this treasure, which is presumably in this room. There we go. We attained a Viking hat. A hat worn by pirates as they raided ships on the high seas. Fitly to put on, but most get accustomed to it after a few outings. What? This annoys me on so many levels. So, Zavid doesn't have... I don't think Zavid has a single attack that is water. Am I wrong? Let's see. He doesn't have a single attack that is water element. That is so insulting, chat. Why couldn't this be on Mikleo? Could you imagine if Mikleo got an item that just gave him water 10%? Like, I would have put that on immediately. Wow, I think this is one of the most disappointing items we've ever received. That's very insulting, chat. This is very insulting. How dare they put the wrong element on that character? Like, non-physical might have been able to fly with me, because I'm sure he has some non-physical, but water? He literally has 0 techniques that do it, chat. Stupid. Rolling my eyes. Speaking of which, what's our blast gate scenario like? Ooh, pretty bad, actually. I'm gonna sub in Zavid. And I think I could play as maybe Edna on this one, might be a bit safer. I mean, it makes sense for Zavid's items to disappoint us greatly. I mean, that seems like it's canon, honestly. Let's all get attack +1. Because I feel like I melee with all characters. That should be good. So, Soray's not at exactly full health, but it's a lot better. Let's take a look at the monster design for this. So this one's a little... well, look at this. It's got a little belly, chat. Monster's been feeding. I can't tell if that's like a cobra hood on the sides of it. It's very rare we get to just walk around the boss uninhibited. I was just kind of taking a look at it. Where is its eyes? Or is that green streak at the top supposed to be its eye? Maybe. Maybe it's like really narrow slits for eyes. Anyway, what are they going to call this creature?
We can't.
Call it an Amit. Its weakness is wind. She made a pun with Amit. I'm not even gonna say it, chat. But apparently, Lila says it's part crocodile. Oh, then it has crocodile tears. Okay, so both of them are just jokes. So it's it's resistant to earth. That kind of sucks. But its weakness is wind. Do I have anything that kind of goes in between those things? Oh, I have air pressure. We're fine. So it has a decent amount of health.
You may feel a slight numbness. I will
So I think between all the spell spamming, I don't think it's really gonna get a turn if we could avoid it.
just for you, Edna.
Ooh. Wait, it is like insta spell casting. This isn't good.
You handle it.
Light the way! Rampaging giant! Eat this!
And then on the plus side, if it does earth moves, I do take less damage as Edna, which is good. But this is not good for us overall.
Rising sand! Purify the earth! Too close!
Okay, I did dodge that manually at least.
Take this!
But unfortunately, our ally's not attacking, which is kind of a big problem.
Razor vortex! Eat this! Iron power protection!
Hmm.
Light the way! Dragon blood razor vortex! Rampaging giant!
Oh, it spellcast the moment I went in to punish it. That sucked.
Toss! Windblade! Big on! Cry out! Scrap toss!
How did that big rock miss the creature? That's honestly insulting, chat.
Radiant heat.
Eat this! Iron curtain! Scrap toss! Rising sand! Cry out!
So I'm not gonna separate, I think.
Light the way!
Magnetic field.
Crystal tower!
There we go. I interrupted it with Crystal Tower. Thank you, Crystal Tower. Come on, Rose. Do something.
Light the way! Lord of Wind! Crystal tower! Light the way! Crystal tower! Echo shot! Big on! Echo shot! That won't scrap toss! You feel it?
So fortunately, we have a lot of blast. No, don't separate. What are they doing?
Vision back.
Oh my gosh. Why are they separating, chat? This is frustrating. They should have just stayed merged. They would have been fine.
Crystal tower!
Hmm.
Rampaging giant!
So unfortunately, I'm not the right element to deal with this. But I'm kind of scared to unmerge simultaneously.
Whirlwind head!
Like, I need the AI to be aggressive right now, and it's kind of not, which is a problem.
Take this! Purify the earth!
Let's get some speed.
And they separated again for some reason.
Cry out!
What are they doing, chat? Like, honestly, this is way harder than it has to be.
Echo shot! Scrap toss!
There we go. Oh, actually, you know what, chat? I remembered. We need to take off a certain move from the AI, because the AI has no idea how to use this move. We're getting rid of Shining Mirror. It just never... Oh, no, I don't want her to use the move. I want her to never use Shining Mirror again. She just... Like, look at where she put it. Like, that's never gonna hit the boss. I'm just telling her not to use it anymore.
Radiant heat. You're gonna get.
Echo shot! Earthborn!
Okay, hopefully this kills it.
Behold, radiant ruin! Earth revolution!
Magnetic
Oh, so close.
Big on! Cry out! Take this!
radiant heat.
Glimmer Dragon!
You're gonna get bit.
Light the way!
Sleeping
Crystal tower! Take this!
Forces of nature.
Rose, I need you to attack more than, like, once every couple seconds.
Light the way! Crystal tower! Light the way! Crystal tower! Light the way!
Come on, Crystal Tower, interrupt this nonsense. Because our AI will not.
Light the way! Crystal tower! Light the way!
There we go.
Crystal tower! Light the way! Crystal tower!
Now's my chance!
Rampaging giant! Cry out!
There we go.
Let's do some fortune telling. Please.
We
get
brute
them.
forced it towards
No
the end,
way,
chat,
I
but
don't
that's
believe in
okay.
That stuff is what Rose would say.
Rose is indeed quite
So now
down
we
to
should
earth.
get an additional defense for everybody, and they have more levels, which is good. So Edna started this battle, or she started the session with 3,000 health. She's at 3,120. So she's slowly getting a bit tankier. I'm not sure how much of a difference it'll make in the end, but when we armatize, our total max health should be pretty significantly higher. So we got Mangled Umbrella, got all these equipment proficiencies. AP increased by 1. Speaking of which, what's our new AP total at? Oh, we have enough for more. But unfortunately, because I have been telling them not to burn their blast gauge, we don't have like any of the Mystic Art casts needed. This is a bit unfortunate. Don't really think there's too much else we could unlock. Like, oh wow, we've been chat. Just think about it this way: we've been doing all those fights. I'm still not at 500 battles, and I needed, what was it, 1,122 battles in order to get to the intense difficulty. So I more than doubled the amount of battles. I was just thinking about that. Well, anyway, I don't think there's too much else we could do here, so let's go back down. Our goal now is to rebuild Blast Gauge with just about everybody. Although Rose actually still has 2 Blast Gauge. That's kind of impressive, honestly. So, I mean, good for Rose, I guess, for, like, maintaining Blast Gauge. Question mark? We got that item. We'll descend further down the stairs. So we're at 69, so we need basically 3 more boss fights, and that'll put us at the perfect level for later. Speaking of which, yeah, everybody's got a decent amount of health now. So Edna has the lowest health in the game, which is interesting. We have a couple of paths we could go to. It seems like the wisest choice would be to go right from here. And we'll probably get into a fight just so we can move faster.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, they're resistant to Earth, though. Yeah, I might as well heal myself. We got time, chat. Unfortunately, Edna has Final Embrace, which is Water Element. So we could still play her like Mikleo. And as you can see, it's very good at stunning the enemies. To the point we could get half a spell cast while they're trying to stand back up from it. Let's go ahead and grab that last treasure chest. Hello, Spectre. I don't feel like fighting you. Yet another melon gel for 30% health. So now everybody has at least 1 blast gauge, which is okay, but not ideal. Actually, you know what? The Spectres are pretty easy to kill. If it's still here, let's do it.
Show 'em what for.
They take so much damage from physical, and Edna's physical attacks are actually pretty strong, as you can see. Uh-oh. I kind of wish she didn't do that, but that's fine. So again, we're just gonna build some more meter. Unfortunately, Zavid has 3 meters, so as long as Rose gets 1 more meter, it's not like the end of the world. But if we go into a boss battle and she doesn't have 1 meter, we're in big trouble. Oh, didn't really want to fight this fight, but sure. Chat, don't you love the camera angle the game gives us? It's just so special, right? Well, we now are building up a ton of meter on Edna, and Saray does not really have the capability of using his meter, so he'll give us a lot for potential boss finishes. Oh, I was getting tossed around, I barely noticed. Ooh. I have to be more careful. I'm gonna back up. No.
It must suck to be a Hellion.
This one is special.
It's very special. And we're now sitting at 4 meter for the protagonist. Oh, I could just walk across there. I'm gonna merge just so I can heal myself, because we have so much meter. Seriously, stop that.
You handle it.
There we go. That's worth it. Wait, why is it only affecting 3 targets? Does Crystal Tower only work on 3 targets? Can't say I've ever noticed that before.
Ravaging giant, sweet dreams.
Faster, stronger, harder, better.
Oh no. Did you hear Zavid there, chat?
Pistol tower. Ravaging giant. Iron
He's quoting some Daft Punk on us, chat.
Scrap toss.
Ready for dirty dancing?
So again, even though I spent a meter to heal, we're back at 4 meters, so each character now has 2 bars.
Can stand.
But me.
So now we have 6 meters for Rose, which is pretty good, and Saray has 4 meters, which is really good. Yeah, his chats are, or his quotes are, they're a little special, chat. So now we have access back to the main room, so we could shortcut and skip all those other platforms, which is not too bad to unlock. The snack prep is still going on. We're still getting a little bit of fusion points to build up AP and just generally fill out the rest of our action skills. I almost walked into that. I was going to pause to take a look at the map. That was almost a terrible idea, but managed to avoid that encounter, fortunately. Okay, we're going to check under here just to see if there's any herbs. Does not appear to be the case, unfortunately. Now let's ascend these
Still
stairs.
no sign of him or his traps? The wait is almost the worst thing.
I'm starting to feel very uneasy about this.
Hey, didn't I tell us to keep our chins up? Doesn't do any good to speculate.
You're right.
Point of interest detection. Oh, okay. I need these. Okay, let's just deal with these enemies. I need to be able to look in this
Neck
room,
is fine, right?
and they're weak to physical. Do I have a physical spell on her at the moment? I do. Soul Siphon.
Your words shall make you
Can you dig it?
vulnerable. Soul
Kinda
Siphon.
cramped in
Your words shall
here.
make you vulnerable.
And then I'll chain it into maybe Final Embrace.
Sweetie,
Oh, Final Embrace.
get some speed up in here.
Okay, Saray's taking some damage, so I'm gonna merge.
They wanna die. Watch it.
Again, if I spend like a meter every combat, it's not terrible. Because again, I started this at roughly 2 meters each. And we're still gonna get about 2.5. Unfortunately, Saray was paralyzed, so I became paralyzed when I merged with him.
I need a hand.
Let's get some speed up in here.
Be gone.
Let's hopefully kill these enemies.
Lightning strike.
Light the way.
I ain't gonna stop.
Pistol tower.
Keep the
Light the
crap
way.
out of it.
Feeling the
Pistol
The
tower.
kind that can work.
Pistol tower.
Here
Light
goes.
the way. Pistol tower. Light the way.
We're just gonna interrupt them with Crystal Tower, chat. I don't feel like dealing with this encounter.
I ain't gonna
Light the way.
And slowly Zavid is healing us, which I guess is kind of useful.
Not yet. Pistol tower.
Crystal Tower, chat. Crystal Tower.
Pistol tower. Light the way.
Barbara.
Pistol tower.
Here goes.
Prepare yourself. Jade luminescence.
I'm still okay with this because Rose still has Zavid with 5 meters, so I'm not super concerned.
Let's get some speed up in here.
Okay, so I think Zavid is gonna heal us again if we'd let him.
No matter the odds.
And hey, other characters are leveling again. So that was kind of worth it. See, we're about halfway through to the next level, so we should presumably level again off a boss fight. We found a point of interest here, it seems. A horde of ritual swords.
Saray, take a look. Ritual swords.
Yeah. Looks like this place had something to do with shepherds after all.
There used to be a great many shepherds. If only some of them were still walking this earth.
Right. But history is history, and it's put us here now. You, me, everyone.
True enough. And don't forget, every moment we live is also part of history.
Then we better do what we can not to disappoint our future selves.
Yep. After all, the future's filled with jerks like me who hold the past to an impossible standard.
Criticize this, you jerks.
I almost feel like that wasn't a talk about shepherds, but it was more a talk about the Tales series, honestly. That's how I kind of took that conversation. They're like, oh, we won't be disappointment in the future Tales shepherds, big air quotes. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you kind of are. But let's see. So I think with that... Oh, I know what I wanted to do. So there should be no more points of interest here, so I'm going to switch back to snack prep. What's kind of funny is that I only unlocked 2 skills for Saray because I haven't been using the other skills. So technically what I have to do is keep leveling up everything else so that he also gains it at some point. But it is what it is. Yeah, like, I don't really feel like using luring or stealthy feed. Most of these are just, for a normal playthrough, are not really that useful. Wind step is like the best possible thing for us to have at the moment. But if we were just walking around casually, snack prep's okay. That's not too bad. Oh, there's the Norman. Wait. Did it muffle the audio, or... Oh, she's not actually on Norman for the win. Let me walk forward and do this again, then.
Huh?
There we go. Just to level up the Norman for the win. Then we'll put her back on snack prep. I think Involata is a little deceptive. I think it works kind of like a shield, but I don't know if that's before or after defenses. So when it says damage less than 400 is negated, it doesn't mean that if I get hit by an attack for 300 multiple times, I'm going to ignore all of it. It just means I have like a hidden health total, which is much more disappointing, I would say. Man, I'm just not seeing anything I really want to assign this to. Well, I guess if I have a free slot, this isn't the end of the world. I guess I could put it on Edna. She does have low health. Now the question is, chat, if we go ahead and take a look at our skills, are there... See, we already have attack. I don't have to worry about that. Are there any Norman that we've missed at this point in the game? Let's go down real slow, chat. If any of them says location not found, we're going to pause. I feel like that was the last one, and I just want to make sure. Okay, so the only one we're missing at this point is Phoenix, and that's fine. That's fine. We will not find Phoenix until later, but we started with attack. So we've now found all the Norman, chat. It's all out of the way. Wow, we're at 438,000 gold. I think that is more than what I need to do the start of the money exploit. Technically, I can also save money by going back to the ruins. We'll probably show that off on Sunday. But we're in a great position for me to set up for something post-game. So we're going to go ahead and continue through here. Actually, was there anywhere else I could have gone up here? I didn't really check. I probably should have checked more. Oh, there's an exit up there. Yeah, we should take the exit. We're at 27 fusion points, which, you know, maybe we could get some okay upgrades. I see a door over there, and I see this loops around here. I can't tell where this is going. Oh, it's just to here. Okay. A little confusing with the overlays there, but I figured it out. So we got a Marin Glace. Large chestnut simmered in sugar requires lots and lots of patience. Also, chat, there are skits that we still haven't seen it from skills, other than the fact that I haven't been using some of them, but even for cooking, there's ones we actually missed in cooking. Because when I was, like, endlessly walking around trying to level to get to Chaos Mode on a separate file, I think if we cook that specific item, that was one of the ones where they have a unique conversation. So we still have not seen all the cooking ones, it seems. Oh, hello, Black Panther.
Let's get some speed up in this.
Kind little jump at you.
I'm actually just gonna heal us. That's not too bad. Ooh.
You can't just swing your sword around and win.
Chat, that was a
Swinging an
nasty
umbrella around.
scrap toss. So I know most of the time it doesn't pull the big rock, but can we all agree that when it pulls the big rock, the encounter ends? Because that was a triple kill, chat. Thank you, Edna, for having the RNG blessings to end that fight instantly. Oh, chat, we got another drop bottle. That is excellent news, because you know what that means, chat? That's 20 less thousand gold I have to spend in order to set up for the exploit. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe. That's actually getting a lot of money in one go. And unlike regular gold, it will not be subtracted when we fast travel. So that is most excellent for us, chat. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. So we're going to be roughly level 70. So I'm actually going to catch up to that chaos file I showed at the beginning. Oh my gosh. Okay, it only put me here. Chat, you have no idea. I was like, I swear, if this had put me all the way back at the beginning of this dungeon, I was gonna lose it, chat. I absolutely was gonna lose it. I completely forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Chat, my heart stopped. I was like, please do not put me back at the beginning of this dungeon. It will take forever to get back here, even with the shortcut. Okay, are there any other nasty little surprises I should know about? Okay, not seeing any. Oh. There's more on the stairs. Oh, chat. Actually, speaking of which, technically there's one more point of interest, but I think we'll clean it up even if I don't. I hit the wrong button, chat. That is so disappointing. I was trying to hold back a sneeze and I teleported. That's what I get. Alright, let's not almost sneeze. There we go. Let's go through there. I'll cancel the bubble. Oh, come on, really? It's the worst. Alright, so we made it to the top. What's our reward? Oh. This just straight up looks like a dinosaur. We'll take a look at it from the sides, just to see if we see any additional details. Not seeing too much else on it. Like, the tail's kind of interesting, I suppose. Seems to, like, transition to a new color. Looks more rock-like. So, let's see what its weaknesses happen to be. So we have Earth. We could sub in fire at some point, technically. But let's see what its actual weakness is. Oh, it's just literally called dinosaur. Oh wait, it's weak to Earth? Oh, that's unfortunate for this monster.
You may feel it.
Fear the storm! Ready?
Wow, Edna is doing so much damage, chat. Wow. Look at that. She's going in, chat. Ooh, I don't know if that killed me or not, but fortunately, we have a lot of blast gauge. We don't seem to be able to stun it, which is not good. Fortunately, we have a decent amount of blast gauge for more fairy circles, but unfortunately, because we can't stun this boss, oh, we're getting the tiny rock. See, if I had meter here, I would have Mystic Guarded. That is so unfortunate, because it was stunned here, chat, so I would have been able to do a ton of damage. Ooh, we got the giant rock. Wow. It is taking some serious damage from us. Ooh, that did a lot of damage.
Purify the earth! Fairy circle! Scrap toss! Surging landscape! Let's get him!
There we go, I stunned it again.
Purify the earth! Fairy circle!
I'll take this opportunity to heal us.
Rising sands! Rising sand! Echo shock!
Forza!
So it's almost dead at least.
Strike!
Wind blade. Strike.
Be gone! Dry out! Take this! Light the way!
Go under.
Fortunately, we did not take many damage points from that. Also, I think I realized I forgot to use the dessert here, so that's a big oops on my part. I don't think I could still use it at this point. No, I can't. That's a shame.
Wind blade.
Iron Curve, how's this?
Gonna feel them?
So close to dead.
Wind blade.
Radiant heat.
Be gone!
Pretty good.
Rising Sand! That won't how's this?
Torrent spear.
Eat this! That won't how's this? I need a hand! Very simple! Soul resonance!
Oh, they're on fire, so I can't heal them.
This!
That sucks.
Ready?
Ain't you overdoing it a bit there, Mixter?
I think I insta-killed it with the blast gauge there. Unfortunately, because oh yeah, I think I did die that one time. That's unfortunate. And also because our ally had a status ailment, we basically got no grade. That's a shame. But hey, at least we got slightly more health. I feel like Edna barely went up any health at all, honestly. So we're now at level 70, I suppose. So we could still potentially get attack and focus up at some point. I'll save it for the bonus bosses, I guess. I'm okay with this. Send me a little bit of a trip there, Eyeball. So I think that's it for the bosses? I mean, obviously we haven't fought the final boss, but in terms of optional bosses, we're getting very close. Just looking for herbs. Oh, there are some herbs here. Art defense +3. Sure, we'll make Saray a bit tankier. That would probably help. Now our goal is to reset our blast gauge. I don't really want to fight the mammoth, but we'll fight this thing.
You ready, Saray?
Gonna feel the burn. Radiant heat.
Air pressure frozen pulse is going to
Magnetic
hell.
field.
Renting Gale!
Geostick. You're gonna get spit.
Rising phoenix.
And because I guarded that as Edna, I built up a lot of gauge there. So that saves me a lot of time.
Let's keep it up!
Horizon storm. You're gonna get spit.
So now we're at a very good amount of meter overall.
How's this?
Going to hell.
Torrents of wind. Forces of nature.
Rend the darkness!
Horizon storm.
Pulse is going to hell.
Not too bad, Chad. Not too bad.
Feel a slight numbness. Guard decay.
Hello,
Let's get some speed up in here.
We won't lose.
Oop, I was gonna try healing Saray, but the fight ended. That's a shame. So Chad, we have finally made it up here. All the way up here, Chad. And that earns us the right to... Oh no! Cutscene, please. Cutscene, please.
Hey, Zavid. Didn't you say before that you had a score to settle with Maltellus?
Yeah, but it looks like I won't have to kill him.
The fact that you met Saray opened new possibilities for you, didn't it?
Yes, my fated meeting. Too bad my destiny was a shepherd, not a pair of hot twins.
Are you dumb?
Seriously. To kill one of the 5 lords? Even to think that you could kill them is ridiculous.
Well, you never know what'll happen until you try.
You knew your answer from the start, and you've stuck with it the whole way through. I'm actually impressed.
Why, thank you, Rosie. Care to sign a pact and be my vessel?
Too far.
Ow! Thanks a lot, Zavid. It makes me really happy that by meeting each other, you found a way to save yourself.
Saray. I swear, you're the corniest guy alive. You gotta stop being such a softy. We still got work to do.
Right.
Got Shepherd's outfit determination. What does that look like? Oh, it just changes the battle music. I like the alternate color a bit too much to try that out. It'll be battle music we've already heard. Oh, at the heart of malevolence.
Where the hell is this?
This is incredible. It defies all reason.
The massive amount of malevolence must be behind this warped scenery.
And so that's why the landscape here is so out of this world?
If there is a hell, I wonder if it's like this.
Says the person who's actually been to it.
I told you I'd tell you all about it when I see it, ladies. And I have a feeling I won't be waiting long.
Glad to see everyone still got the energy to joke around at least.
They're the same as ever, that's for sure.
I don't think you guys can be the ones to say that.
Oh yeah? Well then how about a guy like me?
Very reassuring. Yeah, really.
Hello? I'm sorry, chat. 1 minute. Uh-huh. Sorry about that, chat. I'm gonna be like 2 minutes. Family kind of asked me to do something at kind of an inopportune moment, so I'm just gonna go refill my drink, and I'm waiting for them to come by real quick. In the meantime, I think right after we come back, we're gonna go ahead and try to beat the game. So if you want to take a break as well, I'll probably be about 2 minutes more, actually. Okay, chat, I am back. So let's switch over to the game. So we are sitting on a very sizable sum, almost 500,000 gold, which after we do the money exploit will seem like a very small amount. We are still, unfortunately, 2 levels shy of our destination. I don't remember if the final boss gives us experience. There are a couple of bonus fights we could do. Potentially before we reach the end of the game. I'm just thinking about if any of them are worth doing right now, right this minute. Oh. Speaking of which, this is one of the snack skits I was talking about.
With their rich aroma and elegant sweetness, Marron's glacés are masterpieces, with ingredients that come from the bounty of Earth.
Indeed. It's a luxurious sweet that would be best savored at an afternoon tea party.
Darn right. Chicks dig classy stuff like that.
You sure seem to be knowledgeable about what goes on in a lady's mind, Zavid.
Sweets are important because they hold the key to a lady's heart.
Marron's glacés require the utmost delicacy and devotion to make.
It's been said that an ancient king once sent them as a gift to his beloved queen.
Yep, with its touch of romance and sweet chestnuts, it's the perfect treat to get you some sweet, if you know what I mean.
Your pickup lines are about as smooth as sandpaper, and you wouldn't know what to do with Marron's glacés in a million years. Get real.
Sorry about that, I realized I left my drink downstairs. I was hoping the cutscene would last a bit longer, but I'm back. So let's touch this, otherwise we have to go through the entire dungeon again, which I would prefer not to do. So, what else can we do here is the question. Are there any treasure chests at the end of the path? Looks like the answer to that is no. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here, because we made a lot of progress. Oh boy. Okay, so Artorias' throne is here at least, so this is today's save. This is going to be fun differentiating save files later, by the way, chat. I like that by grinding, it took me like another 4 hours just to reach this level, and then we just did these bosses and we're level 70. That's fair. I see the chat's very appreciative of Zavid and his comments on women. I don't really blame you, chat, honestly, for anything you say about Zavid. I'm just trying to remember if there's any treasure chests here. So for people that play through Zestiria, I could technically stand on this platform, but it doesn't do anything in the game, at least not at the moment. So I'm just making sure there's no treasure chests hidden along the walls, because that was a big thing in Zestiria. There's just like one chest hidden away. That appears to not be the case at the moment. I don't remember if the next fight will actually level us or not. I mean, I guess the worst thing that happens is I throw away like one stat upgrade. Like, I'd prefer not to throw away the attack +1, but if we don't get focus +1, that's one I don't super care about one way or another. Let's use that to heal ourselves. So if we take a look here, Lila's close enough to 1 blast gauge bar that it's not that big of a deal. Rose has 3 bars, which is good. Saray only has 1, which is not super great. But everybody has at least 1 bar, so that's not too bad. Actually, you know what we could do? If it lets us use it outside of combat. Oh, only during battle. Oh, Arcane Bottle. How much I would have used you if you could be usable outside battle.
We're here. Yeah.
Saray, no matter what, all of us are here behind you. Never forget that.
So, there you have it.
So there you have it.
Let's kick some ass!
Thanks, guys. For everything. Time to bring an end to all of this. Let's go.
I like how not a single character is wearing their
The two
original
of them
outfit.
haven't once mentioned their Gramps ever since we entered Camlon.
True. Perhaps they mean to show him that it won't do him any good to bring harm to Zenris.
I don't know. Look to me like they're just scared. Like they're afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses.
Come on.
Well, chat, we're now approaching the final room in the game. Let's walk there, nice and slow. Gotta build up drama, chat. Rose, what do you have to say about this situation? You said, well, we're gonna say this is it, this is the final battle. Oh, Rose told us to cool it with the dramatic build-up, chat. She called me out, chat, she called me out. Uh-oh, we're gonna get through this. Let's go ahead and open the door, chat. Yeah, that looks normal.
Heldolf, it's time to settle this!
A world where all who live know pain. It is indisputable that every creature yearns to be liberated from this senseless suffering. Why do you fight back, Shepherd?
It may be that the world you strive for would free us all from suffering and anguish. But I still don't think it's the right solution.
We don't want to avert our eyes from pain.
Only in knowing hardship can we celebrate and feel enlivened in the good times.
That's right. We want to be able to feel that we're alive.
The peace that only comes from fighting against suffering. Surely you don't think the world should consider that a blessing?
We're not saying it's a bad thing to run away from it.
Just that we don't plan to do that.
I merely speak of the laws of nature.
You mean to live is to obey the laws of nature?
What else would it be?
You're wrong. All that is not being dead. You, of all people, ought to know just how painful that can be.
Let me ask you one more time, Shepherd Saray. Join me.
Never!
The Lord of Calamity and the Shepherd. So they are this world's light and dark. But I will not succumb to light.
I won't give in to darkness!
Well, chat, he's resistant to physical strikes, but we're not using physical
Get ready,
strikes.
everyone!
We must draw Maltelis' powers out from him.
Otherwise, we'll never be able to identify their bond. Got it.
Freeze, Lancer!
Purity,
The flame surrounds me.
We'll be gone!
Freeze, Lancer!
try this!
And again, we're just building up extra blast gauge here, because this first form is not too threatening.
This guy's brutal. How'd he get so damn strong?
Maybe he's all tweaked out on catnip.
You think?
Such blather. Where does this spark come from?
Someone like you.
Would never understand.
Oh, I think he killed Saray there, which is kind of unfortunate. I tried to save him, but he was being hit a lot.
Say Sarah! Binding Vortex!
Have your hands tied?
Say Sarah! Blistering Fangs! Break on through!
Okay. One form down.
But of course, no matter how strong you get, you cannot abandon the one who raised you.
Saray?
Gramps! What?
You said you wouldn't give in to darkness. Then what is it you feel this very moment?
He's absorbed Zenris?
Saray, stand back! Saray!
Layla, if we purify him, we can save Gramps, right? Layla! Lila! Gramps!
Do you feel it? The pain of hurting one's beloved children?
Heldolf!
Go on, save him, if you can.
I'm gonna pause for a second. It seems like I'm having some stream connection issues. So I'm gonna give it a second. So for people wondering in the recording why I'm pausing here, we'll pass a little bit of time until the connection comes back. So now this fight is gonna get a little harder. So let's take a look at his total health. So it says he's got 52,000 health. And we're just taking a look at his stats here. Okay, I think it's coming back a little bit. Unfortunately, it seems like outside my control, unfortunately, in terms of connection, because I'm not doing anything with the connection. So we're seeing that we have to watch out. Any of his attacks can be lethal. We could do this if we work together. Everyone can help out and assist each other's combos. And the other point of advice is to not use all of our power at once. We'll have nothing left for emergencies. Kind of mixed advice there, chat. I'm just gonna wait for the connection to stabilize a little bit more, and then we'll continue. So I'm just taking a look at his general stats. Honestly, they're kind of mediocre, if we take a look at them. I mean, like, what, we saw the Dark Turtles had, like, what, 5,000 attack or some nonsense? And this particular form of him doesn't even have 2,000 attack, so this is definitely much easier in terms of difficulty. So I think that's enough stalling. Let's go in with the actual fight.
Gramps! Gramps!
You monster! Just kick his ass! Then we can talk!
I can get behind that.
Yeah, if we just wail and moan, we're sunk.
I thought you had a way to sever the bonds of Hellions. Why aren't you using it on me?
I knew he was plotting something, but
This is worse than using Zenris as a hostage.
Saving your guardian would require you to sacrifice your comrades. But if you use it now, you'll never defeat me. It's quite the quandary, isn't it, Shepard?
Heldolf! How could you?
Come forth!
I think he's trying to counter us when he says concentration, chat, if you're curious. That's why I'm not attacking.
Don't push yourself, Lila! Open the way forward!
Come forth!
Kind of unfortunate for him, because I'm just... Oh, I'm gonna get hit.
This is bad. Watch your health.
Spirit cleanse it! Elixir protect! Spirit cleanse it! Elixir protect!
Let's heal our allies.
Saint Sarah! Here goes! Binding vortex!
Ooh, I'm getting hit by spells. This isn't good.
Come forth!
Here goes! Open the way forward!
Come forth!
Again, I'm gonna try to save meter as much as possible, but this is kind of rough.
Blistering bang! On everyone! Way forward!
That's one monster down at least. And I did get 1 meter back, which isn't too bad. As long as we end with 2 meter on this phase, I think we'll be okay.
Don't push yourself, Lila!
Oh. Lila just got destroyed, chat. Wow, goodbye, Lila. Did she really interrupt my healing with the Mystic Art? She really did. Wow.
Saint Sarah! Blistering bangs! Open the way forward!
Sorry, Lila.
Aim and fire! Blistering bangs!
So again, I'm just trying to build meter, because obviously this is not the final form.
Saint Sarah! Here goes!
Oh, she actually put a trap on the ground and it saved her there.
Do you understand now how meaningless it is to resist?
You know more than anyone what it is to suffer. How could you inflict that same pain on other people?
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people. Your sin.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Gather.
Doesn't look good! Gather and grant me protection!
Fool.
Earth Lord!
Here goes! Binding vortex!
Cry out!
I'm just gonna heal myself.
Strong as the earth!
Did she really cancel her healing again?
Earth revolution!
Wow, she had enough of that form, chat. She had enough.
Rose, wait!
I won't ask you to understand, or ask you not to hate me. So please, let me do this.
But Rose, please.
There must be some other way.
You can't stand the thought of losing your own family. Isn't that precious?
Screw you! Gramps, Muse, none of them would have had to die if it weren't for you! It's all your fault!
Yeah, they're not the ones who suffered for such a foolish decision.
So, what will you do?
I'll work it out somehow! That's what I promised!
This is not the place for a squire.
Saray!
This is something that I have to do myself. Thank you, Rose, for everything.
Saray!
Idiot!
Saray.
Stand back, everybody!
I won't let you carry this by yourself.
You're not fit to save anyone!
Lose Raw Brûlée!
You know full well the
He
rules,
means
Soren.
one. That's the very
You
reason.
idiot.
I know. It all depends. I humbly
on the path
accept.
you believe in, and live your life to the fullest. And I know you will not go astray.
Gramps, I won't forget this pain. Ever!
Saray, Mikleo, well done.
Your resistance is such that you would dirty your own hands? So be it. I shall grant you true loneliness. Now tell us!
Well, chat, here's the final form. 200,000 health, chat. It's gonna be something. He doesn't have many openings, but when we see a big one, let's armatize and use Siegfried to do what we have to do. Rose says, I'm right here with you guys. No matter what he tries, I'll do everything in my power to stop it. Though he has no weaknesses, no resistances. Time to go in, chat.
No resolve. Before me, all of it is worthless.
No turning back for either of us now. If we did, it would negate everything we've ever done. Isn't that right, Heldolf?
Think not to lecture me, urchin.
Lord of Water!
This one's tough.
Aim
Don't
and
slack on
fire!
defense.
Blistering
Saray, remember, we can only afford to use it 4 times.
Fire us at him while armatize as the ultimate attack!
Make sure you pull the trigger when he stumbles so you don't miss.
It'll take stones to pull it off. Can you handle it?
I'll be supporting you too. We can do it, Saray.
Yeah! Spirit cleansing! Elixir to say! Spirit cleansing!
Scorch back!
Here goes!
Blood!
Open the way, bomb!
No escape! Burn!
Saints Arrow!
And we're gonna take advantage of the fact that whenever we block, we do extra damage. I don't know why they keep unarmatizing, chat. I really wish they didn't do that at this point in the game. Because they have no chance to survive these attacks otherwise.
Here goes!
My confidence extends to the depths. Thou dwells in the depths of despair.
Here goes, Saray! Heldolf! The Azure Vortex!
I'll stop it.
Aqua Limit!
How cruel and thoughtless of you. You've given up someone you called a friend. And what has it earned you? Nothing. A meaningless death.
We're going to stick to our beliefs, right until the very end!
You're pretty much
Appear,
screwed.
flames!
Purify the earth!
Calamity flame! Appear, flames!
This doesn't look good!
I need a hand! Breakthrough! No escape! Tower of Blood!
So goodbye, Mikleo. He's no longer selectable, chat.
Appear, flames! Calamity flare!
Blood trigger!
Scorch down! Tower of Blood! Breakthrough!
Lightning strike!
So next up, we're just gonna try to do enough damage to get to the next phase. But it's still the final form. Damn, we shot Mikleo into him, chat.
Extends to the depths.
Appear, flames!
Dwells in the depths of
Calamity!
despair.
Scorch Valley! Tower of Blood!
Now's your chance, Sarai!
Helldoll! The white flames of purification!
Final curtain call!
Flow theirs!
Futile.
We're all still fighting!
That's right! Don't you get that?
You fools are blind to reality.
What? Iron Curtain!
Goodbye, Lila.
Dragon Blades! Shred! Rampaging Giant! Shake him up! How's this?
There we go. We gave him the big boulder, chat.
Rampaging Giant! That won't work! How's this?
Oh, another big boulder. Thank you, Edna. The RNG is strong today. She senses it's the final battle or something. And that's another big boulder. 3 in a row? What is happening, chat?
Ready? Go!
Sleep into the earth. Away with you.
Ready? Go!
My consciousness extends to the depths.
Dark
Thou
Star!
dwellst in the depths of despair.
Ready? Go!
I command the heavens.
Now go, Saray.
Helldoll! The strength of an Earth Titan!
Let's end
Earth Revolution!
Magnetic field. Your squad can no longer armatize. This is the end.
Don't be so sure of that!
Neither of you cherish your lives.
You just noticed? We were ready for this ages ago!
Not this time! Torrent Speed Dark Star!
Doesn't look good!
Dragon Blade!
Goodbye, Rose. I'm not reviving you.
Mow him down!
Oh, he went in the sky. That was kind of unfortunate.
You feel it? Soul Resonance! Dragon Blade Virulent Shards! Wind Flare Dragon Blade Dark Star! Strike! Torrent Speed Dark Star!
He's pretty low on health, actually. As am I, though.
Feel it? Soul Resonance! Whoa! Soul Resonance!
And again, our healing spell does hurt him. So this is kind of to our advantage right now. We've been building up all that blast gauge just for this. We'll guard, get a little extra blast gauge.
Red Dark Star! What? Red Dark Star!
My consciousness extends
Wind
to the
Flare
depths.
Virulent
Thou
Shards!
dwellst in the depths of
Mow him
despair.
down!
You know what to do, Saray.
Yeah! Helldoll! The wind that shall lead the way!
The time is now.
Zestiria!
We did it! Everyone?
It's all over.
Have you run out of options?
Saray? Saray! Why? You idiot!
No more words, I take it.
Let's do this!
Oh boy. We have no blast gauge. We're low on health. I forgot there was another phase. He's resistant to physical, and I haven't played Saray in quite a while. Actually, why is it not letting me control him? There we go.
Tiger Blade! Let's keep it up! Yeah! How's this?
Weakling! Under arrest, weakling!
Ha! Blade Fang! Capturing Flames! Crimson Edge! Yeah!
Under arrest!
Yeah! Blade Fang! Strike! Sonic Flurry!
Well, chat, I'm gonna see how far I can get with solo Saray.
Nope! Ha! Blade Fang! Ha! Blade Fang! Shadow
No
Fang!
pressure, just haven't used him in like 7 sessions or something.
Renting Gale! Sonic
Under arrest,
Blast!
weakling!
At least I seem to get the pattern down, chat.
Earth Dragon Fang! Sonic Flurry! Capturing Flames!
Weakling!
Ooh, dodged too early.
Strike! Yeah!
Might actually have to use items for this phase if it keeps going.
Renting Gale! Crimson Edge! Dance Embers!
Weakling! Under arrest!
I got the reflect there for some reason, but I'll take it.
Capturing Flames!
Okay, Cantering Flame seems to counter him a lot.
Weakling!
Capturing Flames! Ready?
Fortunately, that attack seems to miss me pretty often.
Dance Embers! Weak! Capturing Flames! Dance Embers!
Weakling! You've underestimated me!
Capturing Flames!
We're gonna do it, chat. We're getting through it. Ooh, all those manual dodges, chat. Ooh.
Underestimate!
Capturing Flames!
His weakness is definitely Cantering Flame. Oh no. Well, we were doing well up until then.
Underestimated me! Weakling!
Let's not mess around, chat. Let us absolutely not game over here.
There!
I'd really prefer not to. We're so far in.
Underest, weakling!
Too close!
Destruction!
Yeah! What?
I can't seem to stop his stomp, which is kind of annoying.
Weakling!
I'm not a fan of this new attack that he has.
Blade Fang! Yeah! Soul
Destruction!
Rain! What?
Weakling!
Capturing Flames! Tiger Blade!
I actually can't even use Mystic Art because of the fact that he keeps not getting comboed.
Dragon Fang!
Underest,
Oh, I actually timed that very well because I got the reflect again. Ooh.
underest,
Capturing Flames!
weakling!
Capturing Flames!
Destruction!
Wow. This is like a huge difficulty spike for no reason, but we'll keep going, chat.
Weakling!
I don't want to use a melon gel for this, but this is pretty silly.
Capturing Flames! Go! Dance Embers! Capturing Flames! Go!
Weakling! Destruction! Destruction! Underest,
I'm timing something right.
destruction!
Stop that.
Dance Embers! Capturing Flames!
Like, see how the Cantering Flames doesn't combo him? Like, there's something not quite right about this boss fight. The fact that I still cannot combo him there is feeling really weird. He's very low in health, though, fortunately.
Dance Embers! Tiger Blade! Earth Dragon Fang! Not yet! Yeah! Blade Fang! Earth Dragon... What?
Ooh, so close, chat.
Destruction!
We're not messing around with this if we don't have to.
Capturing Flames! Dance Embers! Not yet!
There we go.
The arch to end it all? Very well.
Eldol!
Shepherd!
Lions!
Lions!
Howl! This is
Impossible!
my everything! Mautellus.
We hit him so hard we hit the dragon out of him. Oh, I actually have control here. I thought this was still a cutscene. So this is as fast as I can move, chat.
You've achieved your goal. You've avenged your guardian, your comrades. This age of chaos will not end.
Zestiria? Wait, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh. What is going on? Why can I not move forward? What? Oh, okay. Okay, Zestiria. I thought we soft locked, chat. Oh my god, I thought we soft locked.
A new Lord of Calamity will be born.
He wouldn't pick up the sword. Like I was hitting the accept command and we were not moving or doing anything. I had to like twitch the controls a lot and then eventually he picked it up while I was mashing A. That was really scary, chat. I thought we soft locked right at the end. That would have been like the biggest heartbreaker moment. Like, no, not after all that. Oh, Zestiria.
Do it. Only then will you fully understand.
I'm sorry that this was the only way to save you. Good night, Heldalf. Your life of eternal solitude is at last over.
You dare fight back, even until the very end.
This one is special.
I can't stand it.
Thank you.
Chat, we earned a look at the credits. Oh boy. I was chat. My heart stopped because I was like, I feel like there's supposed to be a prompt to pick up the sword, so I'm like, A. Jiggle stick. Ah! Don't you dare crash. I thought it was trying to load a cutscene, maybe? Ooh, that was the scariest part of the game. Oh my gosh. So I don't even know what to say. There will be a post-credit scene. I guess we could start with that. Rose got away, unfortunately, chat. I'm so sorry. Rose does not fall into the abyss after we destroy presumably all of the temple, merging with Maltellus. I'm just taking it in, chat. So I feel what's kind of weird is that, like, well, a lot of things, but we fired all the bullets into him and that didn't really seem to do anything per se. I mean, I guess, well, maybe it undragoned him, I guess, technically. But no, that was afterwards. I don't really know what that did for us, honestly. I feel like we were kind of doing okay as is. Against the boss, that is. We did not want to see the super attack from the boss. I presume it would just be a party wipe if we actually let the boss go through with that art where it was talking about despair. So, at the moment, we're not really sure the fate of Saray. It'll go a bit more into it in a few minutes. So I guess, presumably, we shot all of the Seraphs out in order to defeat them. And to me, it looked like they killed off the characters, but we'll see more information there. I think that just leads into my big problem of the gun. I feel like the gun is like one of the I don't know. It's one of the most awkward plot devices in the game. I know chat was definitely rooting for Rose to be shot as a bullet. I'm so sorry, chat, that didn't happen. I mean, I would have been okay with that. Honestly, that would have improved the ending immensely. I guess eventually Saray decided he wanted to have an actual hero moment and finally defy Rose. I guess it's like one of the few scenes where we stop Rose from doing something. So, yay for Saray. It only took him until, like, the second to last cutscene to do something that she did not tell us to do. And I guess it just assumed we kill Zenris. He's just gone. I feel what would kind of ruin that scene. I'm sure the chat probably felt the same way, is that there's just a voice line when you're going through all the flashbacks you have with him, and like the only thing I heard in that whole mess of dialogue of like overlaid vocals was like, "You idiot." Like, that's, I'm trying not to laugh to try to give the game like a moment of seriousness, but like seriously, why did they include that in there, chat? It's like, let's reflect on all the things Zenris has done, and all I hear is, "You idiot." Come on, chat. So here's a good point to kind of just throw out there and possibly go towards the Zestiria counter. Did you like how the council had like no role to play after a while, chat? Did you like that? Did you like that we didn't see them outside those initial chapters? I'm assuming the animated version of this actually bothered to give closure to this, or maybe it ends up in the DLC or something. But in the base game, just the base game, like, what happened? We just let them go? The council? We're okay with the council where they are? Just shaking my head, chat. So in terms of content, even though we just beat the game, we are very far from beating it still. I decided to hold off some things for post-game just for pacing reasons. But we're looking at things like, once we hit level 72, we're going to show off the gold exploit. We're going to go ahead and see the bonus boss we encounter for finding all the Norman. We're going to make sure we get all the discovery points, which we're not able to do, I believe, until we go to the bonus dungeon. We have the bonus dungeon itself. We have every single skit that I've missed we have to pay for. We have the DLC skits. We have cameo boss fights. We have so much more, chat. So the earliest I think we will conclude is like another 3 sessions, I would say. I believe we have now given the credits enough time to come to the post-credit scene, so let's watch how this game actually wraps itself up. So I guess all the Seraphs are fine after they got bulleted, because the game said so, chat. You know what? I won't let this game have a serious moment. I think that's implied that that was Rose's grave in the future. Those were the scattered bones. But more seriously, like, that is such trash. I believe that's what it was implying there, because their outfits... It said Newman or something on the grave. I didn't really understand the name, but I think it was supposed to be Rose. And that was supposed to be the send-off for Rose. Is that time passes and she dies. That's what happens with Rose. Well, anyway, I think there's still more post-credit scenes. So what we're going to try to do is see what we unlock for beating the game, which is going to be a lot of skits, and we're going to get into a boss fight that I think is so much harder than the Dark Turtles fight. I don't look forward to that, chat. And I'm not even talking about the bonus boss we get for beating the Norman. I'm talking about, like, there is a skit we could see involving Lady Lake. That fight, it was like the worst fight in the game. I swear I had to turn the difficulty down to simple even when I played originally through it. It's just so unfair. The gimmick in that fight is so unfair. Just, not looking forward to it, chat. But we do have, I think, some other events we can view at the inn. So I think what we'll immediately do is just try to rest, but not at Lady Lake, because I absolutely do not want to get into the Lady Lake fight. And we'll kind of prepare ourselves for a grand tour. Oh, they're special thanking all the fans of the Tales of series. Well, I liked most of the Tales of series, just not Zestiria. Chat saying, headcanon, she tripped on her way back from the throne and died via faceplant. Scene's only a week from now. I mean, it would be a more befitting end. I don't think she deserves this, like, honorable send-off moment. Just watching the animation a little bit. I kind of forgot about this. Now I think we're coming up to the final one. So, I guess I'm more left with questions with that. I mean, it's obviously supposed to be Saray at the end, because we saw Mikleo had a feather on his belt, and that was kind of a callback to the beginning of the game where our main character was saved by Mikleo. Oh, actually, let's talk about these items. We got the legendary Seraphic Art Key. For reawakening ancient Seraphic arts, okay. Congratulations on finishing the game. You know what, chat? This is really tempting to count as a tutorial, but I think this is actually just... We'll not count this, I think. This says you have the option to save clear data now. By loading clear data, you can continue your game right before. Additionally, there will be a New Game Plus option added to the title screen. New Game Plus will allow you to start a new game with your clear data over. I don't know, chat. Do we count this? I'll leave it up to the chat. So we have now technically beaten the game. So I could go to New Game Plus, but we'll hold off on looking on that for a little bit. So it saved us, looks like right after the boss battle. So let's go ahead into the star icon, which indicates the cleared save data. Yeah, let's jump straight to the New Game Plus. No, thank you. Okay, so it doesn't say anything different in here. So what we're gonna do, chat, is I'm gonna save one more time actually right here. And I just need another minute to refill water. And when we return, we're going to talk about a little bit about that ending. So I'm sorry, we'll be right back one more time. Okay, chat, I am back. I am seeing that there is discussion of this counts as a tutorial.
Extra crispy!
Extra crispy. So we'll add that to the count. It's been decided. I didn't see any disagreements towards it. So I want to talk about that ending for a moment. So when Saray merges with Maltellus, does he actually die at some point? I was thinking about this because presumably a lot of time passes, like a lot of time. So when his hand reaches out and saves Mikleo, is that him not aging because he's merged with Maltellus, or did he actually die at some point, and that's actually just a Seraph version of him with the same outfit? Yeah, that's where I'm like, just kind of a weird way to end it, honestly. Xantos is thinking he's been turned into a Seraph mixing with Maltellus. I mean, maybe. So then, like, Wouldn't Maltalis just get corrupted again if Saray dies? Like, what is our real takeaway from that ending? It's like, hey, remember how you went all the way there to stop the Lord of Calamity? Oops, you died. Like, it's just kind of what happens, chat. I'm thinking about our money total. I think instead of teleporting out of here, what I want to do is let's set up for something in the future. So let's go to Logrin, the Tower Remains. We're gonna go right near the entrance. Man, that 29,000 travel fee is absurd, chat. Can we talk about this? I hate the fact that you have to pay money to travel in this game. Absolutely ludicrous. Look how much the game is taking away from us, chat. That is not okay. I'm glad that is not in future games. So hold on. Let's see how far away I am from setting up. So what rank are you? Oh, you're like 1.5 star. That's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad. So we're gonna get rid of like literally everything that we're not equipped with, except for maybe the final swords. We need as much as possible. Like, see these spears? I don't care about these spears. I absolutely do not care about these spears. See these assassin daggers? We're never using them again, chat. Who cares? It's whatever. Sacrifice them to the gods. Doesn't matter. Oh, actually, where's that super terrible... No, not that one. Yeah, we also have no purpose for these. Oh, this one. This is the one I want to sell. So that gave us a rank. So we're gonna clear out the trash in our inventory because I absolutely do not care about any of these items, chat. So give a salute, chat. I'm never gonna use them. We might as well be honest. Again, our goal is to get to 3 star, so I just want to make sure we get as close as possible. Ooh, we're getting there, chat. Death sheets that only add art defense? Give me that money, chat. These other things that are kind of trashy? Yeah, let's sell them too. We don't need these. So useless, chat. Dragon tails that add a little art and defense? Nah, we don't need those either. Get out of our inventory. Chat's thinking about checking out the anime. I mean... I sat through the story of this. I don't really feel enticed to compare it, but I will leave it up to the chat. If they decide they want to see how the anime tries to fix this this game, I mean, I'm gonna say for morbid curiosity, I would assume at this point. I would say go ahead, but I personally will not go watch it. Even though I do watch anime, I absolutely will not go back and watch this. Ooh, we are saving ourselves so much money, chat. This is perfect, actually. Look at this. Goodbye, all these items. I don't really care about you. So we have saved ourselves a ton of cash, because normally we would have to buy items to raise it, but because we have so many random items in here comparatively, yeah, I think I could get rid of these as well. Since I'm able to sell items, instead of wasting money trying to level up this guy, I can clear out my inventory, which I need to do anyway, and then I can also get this guy to rank 3, which is perfect. So many amber waistcoats. So many useless items. Let's get rid of these. There we go, that's not too bad. Amber garments, nah, we don't need them. Look at this, chat, we don't need these. This is gonna keep going, chat, honestly. Because everything I sell here is just less I have to spend. So, we'll sell up to this, I think. We're like 2.5 stars just on selling items, and we have so many more items. Oh, I was raising the focus on this for some reason. No. We're fine. We'll just keep going. We don't care about these. These are beginner rings. We're never gonna go back and level these up. Rest in peace, rings. I don't care about you anymore. Goodbye, every item will not be missed. I barely remember what most of you do. There is an item limit, I believe, in Zestiria. Berseria, we did actually hit it on stream, but if I clear out these items, we probably will not see the item limit of Zestiria. I'm assuming it's close to like 1,000 items, if it's like Berseria. I imagine they would have to rewrite a lot to salvage this plot. I imagine they would have to rewrite Aizen. I imagine they would have to rewrite, like, the whole lore that they seem to have forgotten about. I don't know, Chad. Like, there's so much they would have to touch. Would it even be, like, the same thing at that point? Oh. We're actually pretty close. What I want to do at this point is check to see if there's any interesting items in here. Like topaz boots. You know what? We'll buy each of the topazes. That should be okay. That should be fine. And with that, we are now a rank 3 storekeeper. I think that might be high enough. If not, we'll go higher. Maybe it's rank 4. Oh, it might be rank 4. That's unfortunate. So we basically neutraled out our money. So this needs to go even higher, chat. I thought it was rank 3. I was mistaken. But it's definitely here that we get what we need. Well, we have up to 4,000 to spend. So what I should probably do is we should go ahead and start maxing some items. So let's just buy all these gels. Step 1. I guess we could also just buy these items just to burn money. We're so close, chat. We might actually have to wait for this to reset. So we have more than enough money to do the exploit at this point because we actually had so many different items to sell. But now the problem is that there's nothing else to really buy in the store other than the gels. Which, I mean, I guess I could do. Yeah, let's do that. We're right here. Goodbye, grape gel. We're sacrificing our money to the money gods, chat. Oh, we're so close. Probably one more purchase. See, I have... Okay, so I have 5 bottles, so I need exactly 200,000 to get the thing going. So we have a few more purchases we could do. We're now VIP. And now we could buy the drop bottle. Oh, we only had 11? Oh. Well, that's fine. So we actually have set up for everything that we need. We did it, chat. We have a spare 83,000 gal, just in case something goes wrong. But we now have everything we need for the exploit in the future. The only thing we don't have are levels. So, with that out of the way, let us have a save here. And let's see if we could fish for any more cutscenes before we go further. Let's have a nice little nap here. Yeah, we'll do roasted chicken.
Attention, everyone.
What's up?
I found this.
A letter?
This will be a short missive. The time for alliance grows nigh. I would judge your true strength. I shall await you in the far depths of Igraine, the shrine of the fire trial. I will not blame you if you turn and run, but know that I shall judge you to be cowards.
What the huh?
It's a summons. They want us to go to the fire trial shrine.
Sounds like someone wants to pick a fight with us.
Who? Seriously?
I'm curious about the time for alliance bit.
You are? A lady's intuition, is it?
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, alright then. Why don't we check it out?
So, because we collected all the Norman and we rested, we have now been challenged to a duel. I just want to see if we have any other skits while we're here.
Training, Mikleo?
Training? What do you mean?
Never mind. But what a long way we've come. I never could have imagined it when we first started out.
Do you remember that time when we first left Elysia?
Of course. How could I forget how the world sparkled back then?
I wonder how it would look to us now.
Me too.
Why don't we go back to Elysia and take a look?
Yeah, let's go.
We're also being told to go back to Elysia, so we're kind of stacking up some things to do. Now let's save a little bit of money. I'll use a cheaper meal. Actually, no. Let's see what happens if we keep maxing. When max damage reaches 10,000 or more, title experience greatly increases. That one's actually pretty good to get if I let the AI play on auto. Like, basically any mystic art equals title experience. That's not too bad. Oh, it seems like that's the only skit that we're gonna get. Okay. So we have 2 locations to check out, so I guess we could do them in the order that we received them. We're gonna do a little fast travel here. I'm just taking a look at the total grade for this place. Oh, I see what happened. I didn't set up for the other part of this. So what I want to do eventually is that for most of the Lords of the Land, in order to save money, I want to unlock up to the Traveler's Guide. The Traveler's Guide reduces how much money it takes to transport between different locations. And it seems like I'm not quite there. So I think I can go ahead and sacrifice a lot of our weaker stuff that doesn't give anything interesting. Like paralysis, burn, slow, poison. I'll leave like 1 of each. But I want to, because I'll be coming to this place often, I want to make sure that we upgrade it if we can. We're kind of overgrading it at the moment, which is fine. Oh, I'm not going to use the poison capacity. That's fine. So just by doing that, for example, we unlocked, for example, Miracle of Life, which could be useful to us. Now, if we do want to make some of the other fights easier, what we can do is if we get places like Lady Lake, or technically if we were to buff the Fire Trial, if we unlock at least up to the Miracle of Life, it lets us basically auto-revive once, which is pretty good for us. So I think with that, we are going to... I don't think I have the right items to sacrifice. Suppose I could take another look. Oh, I guess I could sacrifice our Feldspar daggers. I don't really care about these. Not too bad. So if there's any other ones, I don't need money at the moment, but if I have items that I'm not going to wield, I might as well sacrifice it for grade. Because again, we'll be coming back here for resets pretty often. Probably use the Topaz. I kind of doubt I will use the Floric here, so I'll get rid of these as well. And we might as well as just buff ourselves a bit. Plus enough for another level up, chat. Goodbye, Amphibial Waistcoat. I don't think I'll use you. Legless Ring only gives art defense. No thanks. Ooh, we're so close. So we could get the drop rate up, which I guess is not a bad one to do. Technically, things like Treasure Verifier are also good for something we're going to do later, but we got pretty close. For now, though, it's set for us to go to the Fire Shrine, so let's go ahead and do so. There it is. So we're going to go right into here. Now, this boss can be difficult. It's kind of RNG how hard this boss is going to be, and it'll make sense when you realize who the boss is. We're going to go ahead and make one more safety save. I hope I'm strong enough to deal with this on normal. We'll see. So we can see that there are a ton of Norman that are waiting for us in the Fire Trial. That's a little strange. Go talk to them.
Oh, Shepard and friends. What are you doing here?
We got a letter. How about you, Attack?
Same with us. It went on and on about the time has come.
The time has come for the Alliance and liberation.
What?
The mascot was a Norman. Who are you?
Very well. You want to know who consigned you to the flames of hell? I am...
Oh, look, everyone! It's Brother Phoenix! I ain't seen you in a dog's age.
Ain't that the truth? How you doing? You still hyper?
Of course he is. Yep, it's true that Phoenix might be the strongest of all us Norman.
But if you took away his hyper, there'd be nothing left.
I am the man among men, the strongest of all Norman, Phoenix!
We kind of figured that out already.
Ugh, blast. I practiced it so many times.
So, Phoenix, you're the one who called us all here?
Why, yes. Yes, I did. I disguised myself as a mascot and secretly assessed your abilities this whole time.
I knew you were there.
We did too, actually.
It was pretty obvious. He was dangling right there.
But it was good to keep quiet. He's so easily emasculated.
For sure, for sure. He gets way too wrapped up in appearances.
Ugh.
I was surprised.
Is that really true?
True enough.
What a farce! I could never relinquish her to such a buffoon!
Huh? Relinquish her?
Show me your power, then we'll talk!
Dramatic boss fight music chat. Phoenix. Description, no talking, just beat him down. Big Leo says he's so agitated. From the skill he's associated with, I'm guessing his element is wind, but what is up with this guy? So we want to start using some earth and physical strikes. He actually has pretty high stats. As you see, his attack power is much higher than the final boss that we fought. Now, what's really deceptive about this fight, and if you know anything about Phoenixes, is that potentially this boss will just keep reviving itself. In Berseria, that gimmick was based off of the difficulty you fought him on. So if you fought him on the highest one, you had a larger chance of having him revive between 1 and I think 6 times. I don't know what the formula is for Zestiria, but presumably when we kill him, he won't really stay dead. It would be pretty funny if he didn't revive himself though, which I think is a chance if you play on the lower difficulties.
Hey! Why do we need to fight?
Who needs a reason? A man's man speaks with his fists.
My fists are pretty capable too.
Fine! I don't get it, but a crimson flame! May it burn your soul! Flow bears!
Your words shall make you
Scorch now! Purifying flame! I'll strike you down!
Lightning strike! Humility. Everything
Predatory flame! Breakthrough!
Take that!
Appear, flames!
Gauntlet.
Rose, come back!
Oh no.
On your time! I am the Phoenix!
Your words shall make you
Well, he just insta-killed Rose.
Breakthrough! No escape! Purifying flame!
Earth
Brilliant presence! Too close!
Wow, that killed me instantly.
Saint Zero! Here it goes! Binding vortex! Pull together!
Ooh, we are out of there, chat.
Floodgates! Bubble arrow!
Oh, that doesn't quite work on him.
Dragon blade! Saint Zero!
Die?
My bow is the heavens! The vortex swallows you! Upper limit!
He revived, chat.
Binding vortex!
What a jerk. He just revived through the Mystic Art.
Here goes! Binding vortex!
Oh, I'm in trouble. I think I'm kind of scared to use an item until he attacks. Because if he lands that Phoenix, I'm basically instantly dead. I will go ahead and revive Rose.
Embarrassing.
I want to dodge some attacks. I do not feel bad about using items. This fight could be very annoying. Also, my attack doesn't quite reach him for some reason.
Break on through!
Seriously?
Break on through!
Chat, what is going on?
Once is bad. Watch your health.
I've no time to waste. On your time!
Wow.
Surrender.
Wow. He clipped me for like 1 frame, chat, and that killed me. Wow. Please revive me. Please revive. Please revive me. Thank you. Yeah, no, this boss is really cheap because of it, as you might imagine. And unfortunately, I can't do anything because our allies are now dead again, which is super annoying. And I don't have any blast gauge, so I can't merge. So I might actually game over here.
Embarrassing. What happened?
Yeah. Our allies cannot stay alive. I have to literally not get hit for like 20 seconds.
Feels so hot.
And I already got hit. I just need one person to armatize with. I don't think it's gonna happen. Come on, game. Because I can't attack him. If he hits me at all, I lose. But I can't use an item because my allies will die instantly. So we're gonna run in circles for a little bit, chat. I'm not a fan of Phoenix due to his insta-kill. And the fact that we did actually kill him But he revived himself. He didn't get an animation for it, though, which was weird. Oh, she revived, of all things. Okay, so that's going to buy us enough time to revive with Edna, I guess.
Edna, big Earth Lord! Light the way! Crystal, light the way! Crystal, light the way!
Why aren't they healing? Come on. Chat, this is so frustrating.
Oh, holy fast! Take this! You're right, Nicola! Purify the Earth! Purify the Earth! What?
I am the Phoenix. I cannot lose to your kind.
Oh my god, this is so annoying, chat. Like, I went in with so much meter, and it just doesn't matter because our AI partners don't know how to deal with him. This is a problem. Ugh, I'm gonna restart. Hopefully he will not revive multiple times on me.
Why do we need to fight?
Who needs a reason? A man's man speaks with his fists.
My fists are pretty capable too.
Fine. I don't get it, but I'll do it.
Hopefully this will kill him. Not quite enough damage. And he revived again. Yep. Oh, he could have double Mystic Guarded us there. I got kind of lucky.
You're pretty much screwed.
Calamity Flare! Appear, flames! Calamity Flare! Appear, flames!
Like, Rose just needs to partner up. Please stop going in, Rose.
Dancing Flames! Crown Fire! Dancing Flames! Crown Fire!
So we did actually technically kill him, but he revived on us, which is to be expected. He'll do it at least once. But the problem is I don't have enough meter to kill him. And our AI companion keeps unmerging for some reason, which is absolute suicide in this game. Can she please heal me? Thank you.
Retreat for now. Wind blade.
Release my Rhapsody! Tower of What?
I think I'm dead. Because he tagged both of us.
I am the Phoenix. I cannot lose to your kind.
This fight is so obnoxious, chat. Can we talk about this? I'm gonna try one more time, and if we can't beat it, I'm just gonna move on, because this fight is so dumb, honestly.
We cannot avoid this battle and fall to the earth.
Hey, why do we need to fight?
Who needs a reason? A man's man speaks
Like,
with
Rose
his
is
fists.
Oh, I actually died already. Well, that's awkward.
Fine. I don't get it, but I'll do it. Saints Arrow! Here it goes! This one's tough. Don't tap on the fist.
Shake them up.
Burst! Ocean Blitz!
That actually killed them at full health, by the way. That one hit insta-killed our party members.
Burst! This is bad. Here it goes! Carve my path! Light of fire! Light of fire! Scorched back! Purifying flames!
Yeah, we might not be able to do this, chat. I think this is a problem with all the bonus bosses in Zestiria. They kind of just insta-kill you, and there's not really that much you could do, honestly.
I won't lose this time!
I've no time to waste. On your time! I am the
So we'll see. This is why I also don't really... I'm not going to promise the cameo fights, because they have the same issue. Unfortunately. I guess I could use another elixir for Lila.
Dance, Embers!
Why is he attacking?
Lila! Miss Mioma!
Thank you.
Can't end.
Are you actually kidding me? He killed me right as I Mystic Arted. Are you kidding me? He actually took all that meter from us. So I held Chat, I had like 6 meter and now I'm at 1 or 2. Are you kidding me?
I won't lose this time. Rose, get back.
Wow, this sucks, chat. I do not like the bonus fights in this game. I'm giving up, chat. I don't feel like wasting our time. Sorry, chat. We'll come back to it at some point. But yeah, the The bonus fights in this game are just like they're just so ludicrous. I don't even know what else to say. I was hoping he would not keep reviving himself, and I think we almost beat him the first time. But unfortunately, we did like 36,000 damage, but it doesn't matter because he got more than one revive. So anyway, I'm just thinking about what to do now. I guess I could go back to the other dungeon. I guess that would be okay. So sorry, chat. The bonus fights are way too hard on normal. If I want to show it on normal and beat it, I could do it. Maybe for plot, I might just reduce it to simple because I think they assume you are just spending like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours grinding, which you can't win, honestly, without it. I mean, you saw that. It was basically just literal one-shots back-to-back. I think this is where I want to go. I want to check out one more location. So I was hoping we'd be able to do the bosses, but if I can't even beat Phoenix, I have no idea what I'm going to do for the other bosses, because I felt like he is hard, but not as hard as some of the other cameos.
What's that?
So we're going to get a little head start, I think, on this dungeon, and we'll take a look. Like, the only thing I can think of, chat, is if I take a meal that reduces fire damage by 20%, maybe I'd live. Or if I time my guard better, because there is a skill that reduces mystic art damage.
Is this a seraphic art?
It looks like something you'd use for travel.
Remains in the ruins used for travel. Could it really be a gate of travel?
Wait, like the ones that are only heard of in writing from the era of the gods?
I've never seen one in person before either.
Well, that's something.
You said it.
Meaning beyond it?
There's a ruin from the era of the gods!
Don't get too excited. Can't you feel it?
Yeah, it looks pretty dangerous.
But you're going.
You bet I am. No risk, no reward.
Gonna stop him?
No. If they fail because they put faith in a wrong decision, it's the end. But if it's an answer they believe in, even if they fail, they can overcome it.
You really trust him, huh?
Sorry, chat. I think going forward we might have to lower the difficulty, because again, I assume the game expects you to be in like plus 20 armor across the board to survive some of that, which we will absolutely not spend time doing because it's not worth doing. Maybe tomorrow, or actually no, we'll say maybe next weekend. We'll try to beat the bosses on the intended difficulty. And if it doesn't work after one more try, we're just gonna beat it on simple just to get the plot. But for now, I think what I want to do is, I think there's some points of interest we can find here. Oh, it says 72 out of 72. Huh. I thought there were more to find. I mean, it's possible we found all of them, but I would have figured, for example, this was something of interest. This is a pretty big area. And the final tutorial is here somewhere in this initial island, but I think we'll be collecting that tomorrow. So for people that have seen...
What is this?
It's a separate plane of existence that someone made!
Sure appreciate your sense of humor, Zavid.
Good. But if you die here, it'll be no joke.
So for people that have seen Zestiria, this location should also seem extremely familiar. Also, I realized that it swapped player 1 and player 2 on me for some reason.
No, it's the nasty, no-good skunk of doom!
That's quite a name for it.
Who's rocking leg? Sate's arrow! This one's tough. Don't slack on defense. Sate's arrow! Here it goes! Open the way forward! Hang on, everyone!
I'm not really sure why it didn't Mystic Art that. That was kind of annoying, actually.
Spirit cleansing!
But it is what it is.
Here it goes! no foe
can stand
in our way.
Lila. So we need a lot of, I don't know what we need if we want to beat the bonus bosses on the intended difficulty, chat. I need to get about 2 levels to get the money exploit going, which will help in getting topaz gear if I just wanted to spend my fusion points in order to kind of combine them and cheat some of the system. But like, we are so far away from being able to do that on the intended difficulty. I'll put Lila on fusion for now.
Don't underestimate.
The Soul Vagar shoots lasers from its eyes.
How does that follow?
Oh, you'll get it when you see them.
That's not common sense.
Blistering fangs, binding vortex.
There we go. So as you imagine, this place has probably the most overall difficult enemies in the game. And we're gonna come across the worst enemy on Chaos mode, which I think will show off in maybe tomorrow's stream on Chaos, because right now this particular playthrough
All right, I made it.
does not have access to... Oh, I was looking to see where to go next, but I actually don't see. Looks like these are all dead ends. But we'll try some of these fights on Chaos, where I feel like the physical enemies are not too bad. We will come across the worst spellcaster in the game, and it's just absolute nonsense.
Spirit cleansing, elixir of attack.
Oh, game, this camera angle. Game, I literally cannot see what's going on. Can you please give me a hint as to what's happening here? Okay, I was over to the side, apparently. I'm also paralyzed, which is not great. Oh, I got unparalyzed. Good.
Purification complete.
See, now we're getting some decent items from here. So we just got, like, Adamantine Tiara. Is that actually worth equipping at this point? So we lose a little bit of magic and our firepower up for more art damage and defense. This is actually not a bad trade. I just wish it had better abilities on it. We got another Caliburnus. Just like, okay. Oh, I forgot to mention when I was switching into the Chaos mode save file. One thing that makes it kind of annoying if you want to go ahead and upgrade your character at this point is the game will keep track of how many times you played on easy, normal, hard, intense, and chaos. And it will not allow you to get the better Norman drops until your highest difficulty has the most encounters. So we've been doing a lot of encounters on normal, so we will only get normal drops even if we play on chaos mode at this point, which I think is absolutely terrible game design. You know what, chat? I think that deserves an Zestiria. So if you remember a really long time ago, the game talked about having like double and triple Norman. I know it's been a long time. I know, chat. You have to think about like how many sessions ago the game told us that, but unfortunately, even if I did grind this specific save file up to chaos, I would have to do maybe 450 to 500 encounters just on chaos in order to finally get the last group of Norman. I want you to think about how many battles that would be. So my recommendation, Chad, is that if for whatever reason you played this game and you wanted to upgrade, just beat the game once and then start over and just play on chaos with buffs. So that way you could just keep the chaos gear and makes life a bit easier. Like you could port over some very basic items over into chaos mode to save yourself some time. Like for example, it would probably be good to boot over like the Topaz Sword or Caliburnus. So you could do like a very light amount of grinding, but if you want to actually beat everything on chaos, I would recommend you to just don't even bother on the first playthrough. Unless you really feel like dedicating hundreds of hours to it. Which I personally do not recommend. Now, there was a fairy there. It seems to have despawned. That is the most monstrous enemy in the entire game. It's potentially even harder than the sub-bosses, depending on the difficulty. It makes no sense, chat. So if we fight that on something that is higher than normal, it is pretty much a death sentence. But since we're on normal, it's actually manageable. But when you start going into intense or chaos, which I'll hopefully be able to show off tomorrow. We're gonna be seeing some absolute shenanigans and silliness from that enemy. Because remember, chat, remember how it felt like those bosses were casting spells really quickly? Imagine those same bosses with triple cast speed. Because that's what Chaos basically does. I love less reaction time to deal with enemies. That's my favorite thing, chat. Got another elixir, which might help us. We'll see. We got a new staff, which I think we should actually take. So KO protection is not bad, as well as water power up. But more importantly, this gives us a lot of physical attack, which I do with Mikleo a lot, and I only lose a tiny amount of art for it. I think this is just overall a pretty good trade. I also lose some defense as Mikleo, but honestly, he has like the highest defense in the game at the moment. So it's fine. It also gives him fire damage up, which I think he actually does have one fire spell, as I said before. I think it's, yeah, Violet Storm. So he could technically do a lot of damage with that. Yeah, I don't recommend playing the game the way the game wants you to play it, because presumably at this point, the game assumes you have all plus 10 gear, which would require hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Gald, and or you would have to fight these monsters a lot in order to merge them and build up a ton of fusion points. I dangerous encountered. That's not good.
Changelings are creatures swapped out with human children.
Ugh. Hey, don't leave me hanging. It's creepy.
Well, you never listened to my long explanations.
Keep it short. We're in battle.
They secretly exchange the babies when they're all asleep.
That is creepy.
Oh boy, we're seeing the fairy doing its thing.
Open the way forward. I need a hand. This is bad. Want your help.
I am actually still getting stun locked on normal. This is interesting.
Spirit cleansing. Elixir protect. Spirit cleansing. Too weak.
Well, chat, you see those wind spells? Imagine these if it had no cast time. Oh, I thought that was an enemy attacking me at first.
I need a hand. Pierce the skies. Arrow squall. No, but this is bad. Watch your help. Spirit cleansing. Elixir protect.
I might actually game over here, chat. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is pretty ridiculous.
Here goes. Break on through.
I'm very scared to unmerge at this point.
Spirit cleansing. Elixir protect.
So welcome to the true final bosses, chat.
Blistering fangs. Azure assault. Here goes. Azure assault. Blue flame. Spirit cleansing. Elixir protect. Spirit cleansing. Elixir protect.
Ooh. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have the right elements. It's resistant to basically everything except for fire and wind, which is not what we have out at the moment. And they switch in fire, and Lila dies immediately. Because of course.
Here goes.
Wait, oh, she had a status ailment on her. Darn it, game.
Here goes. Azure assault.
So we're gonna do our best.
Be careful.
Wow. This is just absolute nonsense. This is exactly what I didn't want to have to go through. But we're now seeing the true final bosses. Like, I have died more times here than the final boss. I don't think they play tested these enemies. Like, this is just absolute nonsense. I don't have the ability to swap because I think I'll die as soon as I swap. So I'm just gonna hopefully have enough last gauge to kind of tank this. Like, could you imagine if they did Chaos Mode damage and they cast, like, 2 to 3 times as fast? Like, this is just... Like, this fight here is why, like, when anybody says, like, the game is, like, they praise the combat in the game, I'm like, have you played this on a higher difficulty? Are you sure? Like, maybe if you had complete wind immunity, this fight would be, like, manageable, but honestly, like, I'm gonna game over here. Like, there is just so much going on here in the dangerous encounter, and I can't heal myself due to the fear element. Okay, 2 dead at least. Oh my gosh, chat. You don't want to imagine it harder? Don't worry, chat. I'll show that off. We'll get to this point on the chaos save file. I want you to see the absolute monstrosity that is this dungeon. So we're brute forcing it. So I think going forward, given that it is still insanely difficult on normal, I think we cannot afford to have Mikleo or anybody else in the party. We need all of their weaknesses.
Guess I overdid it again.
Or like wasted your energy and talked too much.
Wow, that was a almost 4-minute battle, chat, and we died 3 times. Are you gonna tell me that wasn't a boss fight, chat? Like that did more deaths to us than all of the optional bosses combined. Like that is absolute trash, chat. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in things that the enemy is not able to resist. And I think, unfortunately, because I'm so injured, I'm gonna have to put Lila immediately back on health maintenance, because otherwise we're not gonna get very far.
They're so good, especially after a battle.
Oh, Lila, I don't really want to hear you after that encounter. So, under no circumstance should we willingly go after the fairies, because they are the true final boss, chat. I think we can all agree. Like, Phoenix one-shot me was kind of unfair, but was it really on the same level as that one boss? I don't think so, chat. There were like so many spells going off at one point. I'm just like, yeah, if I don't have 8 blast gauge every time I fight them, I'm pretty much gonna die. I should get an attack bonus here, so let's go ahead and do this to heal ourselves. So we should, in theory, level, and what I'll also do is that we purchased a bazillion gels, so I'm going to take advantage of that and use them here. So let's go ahead and get into a fight here. Let's see, there's another boss. It's Agni. Weakness is water, which is fine.
How's this?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I actually just wanted to sub that in. Or out.
Tiger Blade! Dragon Bang! Let's keep it up! Sword Rain! Freeze Lancer! Go forth! Blade Bang!
Oh no, spells.
Aqua Serpent! Ready? No escape!
So this enemy is very annoying because if I don't put a status ailment on it, it's just going to continually heal. I'm just seeing what we could potentially apply. See, I have mostly stuns. I don't really have status ailments as this character. Actually, does he even have one? Oh, I guess he's got attack down. Maybe if I do like... No. Okay. Well, we'll keep going through. Our ally should be able to put some status ailments on. And again, we're gonna build up some meter. And as you can see, this is like way easier than the 4 fairies. Chat, we can all agree that this is like nothing before the might of what we saw earlier. Absolutely nothing.
Open the floodgates! Bubble arrow!
Oh, it just walked into bubble arrow and didn't take any damage. That's fair. There we go. This is gonna do a ton of damage, chat. Look at that damage. Oh, I didn't actually kill it with that. That's a shame. Die. Oh, she hit him out of the range. No, that was supposed to be the kill. We got robbed. Our AI stopped us, chat. That was such a good combo. Oh no.
Ocean Blitz! Azure Assault! Lord of Wind! Breakdown! Break on through! Soul Resonant! Virulent Charge! State Zero! Ocean Blitz! Break on through! Lord of Water!
Die.
My bow is the heavens! The vortex swallows you! Aqua Limit! What a formidable
Had enough of that boss, chat. Look at that grade bonus. decisive, unlike against the fairies, which we absolutely have no chance against, I might add. So anyway, we got 134 grade, which is completely silly, and everybody leveled. And because I did the thing where we get extra attack, now we will hopefully kill things like Phoenix a little more easily. Oh, learn more arts. So I think we're done. We got Ancient Orb. Another version of it, it seems. So we're now level 71, so we are very close to the gold exploit, chat. This is a good feeling. Now, we can take that to continue further.
Battle. Let's restore our vitality.
I like how she says that's a difficult battle. No, Lila. The true difficult battle are the fairies. And I will let you know when I went through the dungeon, after experiencing them just once as a joke on Chaos difficulty, I legit, chat, put the difficulty to simple. Because I'm like, if we die at any point during this dungeon to those fairies, we have to start the whole dungeon over. There are no save points until we are done with the dungeon. So we have to beat this basically in one go. Which is just absolutely silly. I guess we can have Rose show off something. We got colored sunglasses. Which look pretty terrible. Good job, Rose. Oh, I really am not digging the gold frame with that. Not a fan, chat. So our goal is to basically at least clear these areas, and then I think we'll stop there. We'll just kind of go through. Actually, I don't know if did they actually name this location, chat? The Hexen Isles? I know they talked about the Kamix, but this is technically the Hexen Isles. Yeah, just think, chat. Any combat that I lose in will result in a complete game over. But fortunately, we completed the first Calyx. So we now unlocked more of them that we could go through. So I think what I'll do for safety purposes is we will go all the way back to that one save point. Unfortunately, Bird of Paradise outruns us.
What a brightly colored helmet.
It's a bird of paradise.
We're taking a real gamble with this pair of dice. Huh? Why is everyone looking at me?
We get punned.
Let's keep it up. Sonic Flurry. Sonic Rock. Sonic Blade.
Gonna feel the burn.
Too close.
Actually, it appears, chat, that I'm getting another phone call. So I think what we'll do is we'll go save the game. We'll have our little talk, and then I think we'll actually pause here because the Calyxes are going to take a while to complete. I think that is family calling me. Yeah, they just left a message to go help them in about 10 minutes. So let's have a discussion.
Let's restore our health.
But first of all, we're gonna run all the way to that save point. So yeah, we're gonna have health maintenance on it.
Remember, this place was in the Celestial Record.
Oh. Sure. Found a new discovery, full dragon skeleton. We'll take a look at the skit, that should be fine.
This must be a dragon skeleton.
If we study it, we may be able to understand the essence of the dragon itself.
I bet even if you two were eating chicken wings, you'd find something nerdy to talk about.
Actually, bird wings and animal legs are strikingly alike. It might be because...
Ah, here it goes.
Idiot.
But the real question is how an immortal dragon died.
And a quadruped as well. The strongest type.
There must be someone who defeated it.
Or maybe there was someone. Aw, need me to hold your hand?
No, there's something wrong with the Earth Pulse.
Whoa, a serious response.
You know something, don't you?
It used to be a nest for the 8 serpents. Long, long ago. But you're still going, right? No matter what?
Yeah. Be on alert, everyone.
I will. Wouldn't want you to be studying my bones someday.
Chat was asking the identity of the dragon, and I will just say, as ambiguous as possible, that yes, the origin of this dragon is explained in Berseria. So let's have a little save here. So let's see. We're now level 71, which is pretty good. I hope I did not save over my grinded file. It does not appear to be the case. Good. It's just like, if I lost this, I would be very sad, chat, because that was like a good 6 hours to set up. Okay, so let's pause here for now. Let's talk about stream goals with Zestiria. So, one moment. There we go. Sorry about that. So, stream goals. Tomorrow, I think we will try to complete the rest of the bonus dungeon. We got a little bit of a head start now. Depending on how quickly we get through the dungeon, we will probably... Yeah, I know, I don't want to lose the file. It's like such a mess. Such a mess. So I think probably by the end of the dungeon, we should be the right level for the gold exploit. So I don't think I have to set up anything special for that. As you imagine, we're going to get to a boss at the end of each of these calyxes, and then we get to a new final boss that's here that will appear once we deal with all the other calyxes. If you are familiar with the Tales series, they like to do a thing in some of the modern ones where if you beat the bonus dungeon, it empowers the story final boss. Chat, I will let you know, we are not beating the true final boss of once he gets powered up. I will show you the boss, and then you will understand why I refuse to fight that boss. I don't know how many hours of setup it would take to even feasibly beat him, but it is not an amount of time I'm willing to dedicate. I'll leave it at that. Even on simple, chat, I don't even think I could beat him on simple. I'm sorry, chat. I do not want to spend the 40-50 hour grind just to get one specific equipment ability just to be able to damage the boss. Like, no thank you, chat. Absolutely no thank you. But from there, we still have potentially some cameo fights coming up. We still have to go back and beat Phoenix and Dark Turtles. Honestly, Dark Turtles is not looking too bad at this point. Like, we've leveled a little bit, we've gotten slightly better equipment, and we'll continue to level throughout. We will probably be very cautious and not bother fighting any of the fairies, because those will probably result in a party wipe if I don't have Blast Gauge. Tomorrow we'll also go over the Chaos Mode fairies, because, you know, I think chat wants to see how ludicrous that really gets. Like, can you imagine a dangerous encounter Chaos Mode fairy? Is that even beatable? Like, honestly, chat, like on the first playthrough, I don't know if that's beatable. I'm gonna be real honest. But I think from there we have a ton of skits. So once we are confirmed done with the bonus dungeon, I think we will try to do the gold exploit so we can buy all the skits we haven't seen. And then we'll try to wrap it up with going through all the DLC skits. And somewhere in between, we're going to do a monument run, because, chat, we have to honor all the tutorial monuments that have served us along the way. So what I would like to do is, if I'm feeling confident, we'll do it as early as tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll save it for next Saturday. I'm going to do a run to every single monument that's in the game. We're going to investigate all of them. And in doing so, we will unlock probably the most powerful battle action in the game, and it could help us beat some of those bonus bosses. So preference would be, if I get comfortable with it, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I know, old monuments. But from that standpoint, we will be done with all the tutorial monuments, because I purposely did not go to the one in this final dungeon, because I want to kind of do a start to finish run, going all the way from Mabanagu Ruins, from where we first landed as Saray, all the way to the Hexen Isle bonus dungeon. And then we could just say, we've gotten all of them. I think we also need to either rest at an inn or use a save point, and we will get one last skit that will talk about the monuments. And I feel that will be the good send-off. And I think at that point, there might not be any tutorials left, maybe. Except for the skill-based skit ones, where if I raise the skit or skill high enough, they start talking about it. Yeah, Kurt's asking, there's one in the bonus dungeon. Of course there's one in the bonus dungeon. Of course there would be. Why wouldn't there be? Actually, you know what? I thought there was one in Artorias' throne, but I was looking through the list of the ones that I'd previously gotten in a different playthrough, and I was like, oh, there actually isn't one in the final dungeon, but there's one in the bonus dungeon, because of course there is. Yeah, I see the ARG in the chat. But, yeah, we'll kind of go through that. We'll give a final send-off, and we'll see how many tutorials we actually end the game with. We are at a completely ludicrous number of tutorials. It is honestly phenomenal how many they have. I'm even gonna hit the Zestiria command. Let's see how many are in there. We'll give it a second to think about. 180 tutorials. Oh my gosh, chat. You just lose track of them all. But chat, when we go through that tutorial run, and I'll mention it again when we go to do it one more time. We're going to talk about what we feel is the worst tutorial, because obviously we can't decide which one's the best one, because there are so many candidates, but I think we could just progressively rate which one is the worst. I think that's much easier to keep track of. Like, will it be the condescending text at the bottom of them, or will it be the absolute uselessness of the tutorial? I feel like the chat might have a little bit of a difference of opinion on what is the worst tutorial. So we'll kind of reminisce through all these absolutely garbage tutorials and determine which one is truly the epitome of Zestirianess, which is its absolute terribleness. So I think we'll save that for next time. So I'd just like to say thank you all for joining. I'm sorry that you watched this far, Zestiria. I'm sorry it did not live up to any of the standards set in Berseria. Potentially we could move on to another Tales game. We'll probably have a vote next week as to what game we should do. I will probably need to kind of unwind from Zestiria, so I don't know how much of a risk I'm going to choose in terms of games. Because this game has definitely been very punishing, and I feel like a lot of the time the difficulty is not in combo or execution, but more like whether or not your AI partner decides to attack or just decides to just block the really obvious attack, or if it just wants to die. Like, sometimes they just walk up and die, honestly. Clearly the next game should be Tales of the Abyss. That is one of the Tale games. I completely refuse to play it. I do not enjoy Tales of the Abyss. I'm sorry, not even as a joke. I just find it absolutely excruciating. Like, Zestiria is bad, but at least I can have fun with it, with how bad it is at times, and we could talk about like things we could have fixed in the game. But Tales of the Abyss is literally just start over. I absolutely hated all the characters in Tales of the Abyss. Phenomenally terrible. All the supporting cast too. Just terrible. Terrible. So I refuse to play it. Sorry, chat. I know they've remade that game a lot, and I know it's really popular, but ooh, that protagonist. Man, I wish we could just stab and kill him. It's basically like we have Saray and Rose in this game, so there's at least like one neutralish protagonist. Imagine if your protagonist you started with is Rose. I guess it's like the easiest way to explain it to people that have not played the game. It is just unbearably terrible. I could not finish the game. I was that annoyed with the protagonist. I couldn't do it, chat. And I like Tales games, and I'm like, enough is enough. this is just borderline just masochistic. And I'm just like, man, I just cannot get through the plot of that game. And I got up to a very big plot reveal, and that plot reveal was the official moment I put the game down and went, there's no saving this game. I hate this game, and put it down. So, and I wasn't far enough into it like Zestiria, where I felt like I will beat it out of spite and or see just how terrible it gets. Like, no, it was just I couldn't take it anymore. Just sorry, chat. There, you will not be able to pay me Ziggledies in order to play that game. No, thank you. I probably also won't go back and play Symphonia. It's not that it's like a bad game per se, but I'm not in love with it. I feel like the spirit wouldn't be there if we did it. So if we were going to play a Tales game, I would probably do something like Tales of Graces, which I thought was okay, but had like really inappropriate moments with some of the side characters, which if we play that game, we'll talk about. And I feel like they were just a little too dumb as a party member group, which I felt was a little frustrating at points, but like at least I could get past it. Zillia 1 was okay. We can even go back to some of the old school PlayStation 1s that I don't mind and have actually played a couple times, like Tales of Destiny or the many named Tales of Destiny 2, but is not the actual Tales of Destiny 2 in Japan. I think it's Tales of Eternia, the US, I think, translated. They gave it Tales of Destiny 2 for whatever reason on the PlayStation disc, whatever. Or maybe even something like Vesperia. I haven't actually played Vesperia, so that to me would be a brand new experience, because that game was originally on the 360 and I did not own a 360. So I cannot vouch for its quality, but I'm hoping it would be at least okay. From my understanding, most people liked it. I was warned that the healing AI is absolute garbage, so I am aware of that going into the game, that I should just expect no healing from allies ever unless I manually do it. So that's fine. But yeah, we'll talk. I think we'll talk next weekend on what game to move on to next. But I definitely need a break from Zestiria at some point. I could go to Berseria if the chat is interested. I will leave that actually as an option because I actually like that game. I don't mind playing that game over and over and over again. I think I've played it like 4 or 5 times. I just like the voice acting and the general tone and the combat and the characters and the villains and the way they introduce the villains. I like pretty much everything in the game. I have like a few complaints about it, but they're very far from being like deal breakers for me. It's just kind of like little things I wish they'd cleaned up in like the end of the game, like some things like with the menus, or just like very, very minor things I'm talking about. Not like, oh, this is like so dumb or something like that, like a Zestiria moment. But we'll decide though if we do Berseria if you would rather see me just start again with a clean save file or just show New Game Plus, just play through from our last stream session with however much grade we have. Because technically I have a save file that has unlocked everything. So I have so much grade that I have all of the options. So we could just literally do a custom playthrough at that point. The only thing I think I'll do is if we do a New Game Plus, if we do a vote on it and that game gets picked, we're going to have to vote whether or not we go back and clear the costumes from our last playthrough. Because remember, we put pretty goofy things on them, and for people that haven't seen the game, it would most definitely spoil who would be recruitable, because you would just see the most outrageous army of therapy cats. Like, you just like, oh, that character's a protagonist. Like, we could potentially leave it on Velvet, for example. It was not a big deal, because we just literally see her in the first minute of the game. But I just want to leave that open as an option. I might clean off the other characters' costumes to have a more realistic input. There are some very minor differences between the New Game Plus and the regular game. Like, for example, we can fight a new super boss in the very beginning of New Game Plus Berseria. And unfortunately, it means that our dangerous encounter boss that we can encounter in the Iceland pretty early on into the game, unfortunately, is replaced with the legendary Wyvern. So that boss fight becomes unbeatable, just FYI. I'll show it off. It's kind of funny. Normally, it's a not very hard battle, but it's like a level 20 or a level 30 boss, but it'll be like a level 139 monster we could potentially encounter at like level 5, which is like not winnable. But I think from a flow standpoint, if we did do a New Game Plus, we could get the benefits of like triple experience, faster art gains, and I think we could carry over all of the upgrades, which makes the game a bit more fun to play. But I feel at the same time, for people that haven't seen it before, I don't think they will truly understand the scope in which you get abilities, because I'll be playing potentially with a full-powered character, and we saw how broken the characters get when they're full power. So we'll see. We'll see how the chat feels at that point. But from purely plot purposes to reduce, I actually don't feel like I did that much grinding, if at all, in Berseria. Because honestly, I think I got away with beating the game on the higher difficulty, fighting everything only once for the most part. I was actually pretty good at that in the first playthrough, but yeah, definitely if we got triple experience, I would not need to do any refights whatsoever. I would just kind of fight enemies to get the initial dialogue and then move on. And unlike Zestiria, Berseria will give me a lot of opportunities to stay alive, so I will probably play that regardless if it's first or last playthrough on the highest possible difficulty. There's only one point in the game where we will have a very significant challenge factor, and that's before we unlock our Soul Break mechanic. Because I think that's still locked even in New Game Plus. So we don't have access to some easy healing, and that does actually make the game a little difficult. But then after that, you know, we just get to be overpowered throughout the game, so that's fine. So in any case, I think it's time to say thank you all for joining, and hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.